Welcome to the Pulp MX Show, presented by Motorsport.com, Fly Racing and Decal Works. Coming to you live from Las Vegas, right outside the Lion's Den, with your host, Steve Mathis. And now strap in and get ready. It's showtime.
I just don't like the guy. The guy's just a douchebag.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, welcome everybody. The Pulp MX Show, presented by Motorsport.com, Fly Racing Decal Works. Coming at you. It's Monday, March 22nd, 5 p.m. Pacific. Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling in, too, if you do. 702-586-7857. 702-586-PULP. We will take your phone calls tonight. We will talk about last week's show. We will talk about
but they don't know shit.
This week's show. Got a good show, this one. I'm really stoked on this one. Listen, we're going to be off for the next week, and there's no better way to go out than with the guests we have tonight, including the co-host I have in front of me here. So, again, thank you for listening. Cooper Webb will be on. He just swept Dallas. He's got a 16-point lead. He was just trailing Kenny not that long ago, and now he's up 16. Red Bull KTM's Cooper Webb will be on tonight on the show. We'll call in, talk about that success he had in Dallas and what he's going to do on these off weeks, probably outdoor testing. Friend of the show, Nick Way, will be on. The great Nick Way. He was in Texas for the amateur races, and so we'll have Nick call in. Multi-time Supercross motocross champion Jeff Ward will call in. Love Wardy. I didn't love Wardy when he raced. I was an RJ guy. But now I love Wardy. And he will call in and talk about his work with Jet Reynolds, among others. And I don't know if he was in Texas or not, but we'll talk to him about that and so the current races and everything else. It's always good to have a guy like Jeff Ward on. Some guy named Alex Ray will call in. He's our privateer hero of our show. If he's not too busy with Swap Moto Live, he perhaps will find some time to give us a call. Don't forget the Pulp MX app. You can listen live. You can get the sponsored deals on there. You can get the codes. We have codes for Guts Racing. We have codes for W. We have codes for Works Connection, Atlas Brace, Maxima, and Pro Filter, so on and so forth. You want to save yourself some money. If you're ordering some stuff, go through the app. Go through sponsored deals on pulpmxshow.com. Get the codes. Save some money, damn it. Just do it. All right? And also, Amazon, if you're going to buy through Amazon, go through the widget on pulpmx.com, and it takes you to Amazon, and we appreciate it. We get a small slice of that. Thanks for those guys. And, again, the new app is coming any day. It's really, really coming. I saw a prototype of it. I've been using it on my phone, and, man, it looks great. It looks fantastic. So please check that out real soon in the App Store. Motorsport.com, Fly Racing, Decal Works, Vortex Racing, Race Tech Suspension and Engines, Vertex Pistons, X-Brand Goggles, Michelin Starcross 5, Firepower Batteries and Chains, Maxima USA, Scoche, Cambio CBD, Pro Filter, FMF, Guts Racing, Get Data, Atlas Neck Brace. You know who wears Atlas Brace? Chiz. Chiz is all over the 450 Supercross main event every week with his Atlas Brace. Pulp MX is the code to save with an Atlas Brace. Get your little one and a brace. Get yourself one. So please check those guys out. OGO Power Sports, Works Connection. Thanks to Eric and all the boys down there. Art of Sport, MotorcycleIndustryJobs.com, WUSA. John Anderson and the guys down there. They got the Edge wheel sets for you. They also got Talon hubs, complete with different sets of rims and colors, and they can Cerakote your hubs if you want for you. Ride Engineering, Works Chassis Labs, Intense Cycles, all on board with us tonight. And we got the X-Brand Goggle Tear-Offs, the Race Tech Rant of the Night, and the Motorsport.com tweet at Talent segment as well. Sitting here across from me, he is a 450 Supercross racer for PRMX Kawasaki. He is perhaps holding the title of Comeback Racer of the Year. He's a good buddy of mine. It's Cade Clayson. What's up, man? How are you?
We're in, Steve. I'm here.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, I'm pumped to be here.
We had a nice little taser ride this afternoon.
Great ride.
What'd you think?
It was good, man. It's like I'm usually here like every 2-3 months.
Something like that, yeah.
Man, just enough e-bike for me. I love it.
Yeah, you're not an e-bike guy normally, right?
No.
But you get a good workout.
Yeah. What do we do, 2 hours?
No, an hour and a half of riding time.
Oh,
2 hours of hanging out.
2 hours paying all your brakes. Steve likes his brakes.
Oh, really? Did I break too much for you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just giving you crap.
All right. You witnessed me hit the deck, too, on the
did.
taser? Yeah.
It was good.
Pedal strike on the old rock. And,
That big rock, too.
Yeah, you know what. I normally clear that thing, but of course you're there, so, it's not going to happen when
Front row seat for
when
it.
somebody's watching me, right. And now my palm hurts. So, ow, to my palm.
Well, you could have been your head.
Do you think you have the most improved Supercross racer title? Is Aaron Plessinger taking that away from you? Is Cody Schock taking that away from you?
It's between me and Cody.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I had this debate with him and his mechanic the other day.
All right.
And they laughed. They said, yeah, but you could hit whoops last year. Because Cody could not.
Yeah, Cody was bad at Salt Lake.
So,
yeah, good point.
That's where the title is. I told him he needs to slow down so I can claim it.
We got Alex Ray coming up, and we're going to get into that when he's on the phone.
It's one time we're talking about this.
And that's it?
That's it.
Okay, all right.
It's one and done.
All right, fantastic. Cade Clayson here in studio, so looking forward to talking to him about Dallas 3 and everything else. Working the videos behind the scenes. Probably doing some coding. Travis Marks, what's up, Marks?
I do enjoy when you do that, so thank you.
Yeah, how's
That's
it going?
Probably my
What's
favorite
happening?
thing.
Thank you for wearing an approved T-shirt to the show. Thank you.
Pulp.
Yeah, appreciate
see
that.
it. Can't
You can
see
get
it.
those on pulpmx.com under the shop tab, everybody.
It's a great shirt.
Yeah.
It's very comfortable.
Yep.
Fits nice.
Yep.
I'm not as fit as I used to be, and this shirt makes me look okay. So we'll take it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, man, I've put on, from my lowest, probably 15 or 20 from my lowest. And it's a bummer, man. It's a real bummer. I'm trying to get back down. It's all in my diet. I know where I'm bicycling as much as ever.
You also had a large cherry Coke with lunch.
Yeah. I said it's my diet. I understand what I'm doing.
He's aware. It's freaking Cade bringing.
I mean,
Shots fired.
So I get it. I get not being at your fittest is what I'm trying to get at.
Thank you for understanding.
Yeah, no problem. Good show though. Cooper Webb, Nick Way, Jeff Ward.
I'm
Alex Ray.
excited.
It's gonna be a good show.
It's gonna be
Two people coming on the show that have cleaned me out.
Yeah.
show.
That's a good point, right?
I already gave Cade crap. Now I don't have to do it all show. I got it out of the way.
Right. Yeah, you did. Also taking your calls over there. He's back in after being booted. It's Talon. What's up, Talon? How are you,
Hey,
man?
what's up?
What's going on?
Good. How you doing?
Oh, I forgot to ask you before the show if we want to talk about that thing that you texted us about.
That's up to you. I'm fine with it. I was trying to get her to call in, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
All right, we got to figure it out.
We can get to the bottom of it.
Damn it.
Now I don't know.
Did you tell him?
No.
Well, just tell me now.
Well, no.
Come on.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Text him.
Okay.
Do you have his number?
I do, yeah.
Text him to ask him and tell him the story and all that.
Okay, we'll do.
All right. Yamaha LCQ Challenge, everybody. We're in the chase format now. It's $20 a ticket, 19 prizes. Number one prize is the Yamaha YZ450, brand new from the folks at Blue Crew. 2 Yamaha generators for second prize. Cade, with your little incident in Dallas 3, you're back in the running. But right now, I just got the points from our buddy Swisscore, and
it's a total shit show of a championship.
Starling's now just good. Starling's just take it off with an LCQ win.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Noren's a disaster. Okay, Freddie's fingers fucked, and you know what I mean. He's done. Paulie hasn't made the night show. Bubba Paulie hasn't made night shows. What's happened to Bubba Paulie?
I don't know.
And Carlin Gardner weeded himself right before the chase.
Yep.
So, and then you decided to make the main last week. So this week you get maximum points. You are in 5th spot for the money. Nick Schmidt is leading. Jeremy Smith second. Ronnie Stewart, the Cat, you, and Joan Cross. But you guys are throwing this whole thing up for.
It's really a disaster. It's just like last year. Half the dudes aren't even in it.
So, anyways, we're doing that. The link is in my bio, Instagram, or on pulpmx.com. The lead story, $20. The 100% of the money goes to the riders. Okay, look, we gave you $30,000 last year, and you used that money to go to Club MX. Some of that money to go to Club MX, and your improvement in Supercross is great. So it's awesome. I do feel like we've helped you out with that. So that's cool.
I think it's been a giant help, really. I think that whoever wins it this year, hopefully it's not me.
Yeah.
Can do something similar with it to improve themselves. I think that's kind of what I looked at it as, is just trying to invest back into myself.
Yeah, absolutely. So good job on that. So please check that out, everybody, and
buy a ticket.
Buy a ticket, $20. Marks puts it in the little randomizer thing.
Buy 2.
Why not? So yeah, thanks to everybody for supporting that. And again, Nick Schmidt's leading, 45 points. Jeremy Smith second. Ronnie Stewart third. And Starling, Noren, Bubba Pauly and Gardner are just I don't know.
How many prizes did you say there were?
19 prizes.
Want to make it 20?
Yeah, what do we got to do?
You want to do a jersey?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Cool.
Remember that or something.
Write it down.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Yeah.
Somebody write that down.
Even number.
Send me a picture for the site too. That'd be cool.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, everybody, firepowerparts.com on board with us. They're one of our big sponsors of the show, and you use Firepower?
I do.
Chains and batteries?
All the stuff they make.
You use everything?
All the stuff.
Okay.
I have a cool, radiator cap that's got, a temp gauge on it.
I heard, yeah. They made. I didn't even know they made those.
It's snazzy.
So firepowerparts.com, everybody. Batteries and chains, among other things. The chains are made in Japan. The Featherlight lithium batteries. They support A-Ray. They support you. They support Chiz. They go for Dune's Honda team. Firepowerparts.com for more information on that. Go to your dealer and ask. Great prices and great quality also. And we gave DV a chain for one of his builds last week. So he'll be putting
gold,
Firepower.
so he was happy.
He was happy. Quickly, did you hear that Rutledge Wood and DV show
It
last
was
week?
hostile. So much hostility there.
I had to text Rutledge just to be like, "Hey man, I'm fine with DV giving his opinion. That's fine. Whatever. That's what I love about this show. Everybody's
Open.
We don't really have any sort of things that are taboo here. We talk about whatever we want." Mm-hmm. But I had to text Rutledge to be like, "Hey man, you don't know me and I don't know you. I invited you on my show and then you just got blasted by this French guy. I just want you to know that wasn't set up. I did not know. He did not think highly of your commentary."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just like, dude, this guy's probably like, what the fuck?
Well, I don't think some people realize how raw this show is. I just walk in the door, sit down, and put a headset on, and we chat.
Yeah.
You know?
DV was angry, though.
He was. I mean, I kind of agree with him in a sense. I don't think Rutledge does a bad job, but I also think that Daniel does such a good job that people get upset that spot gets taken away from him for a stupid reason. But
Rutledge isn't the one being, "Hey man, let me go on there and talk about Pitbull." Rutledge is NBC's like, "Hey dude, we send you to hockey, we send you to NASCAR, we send you to all these dumb things to kind of be the man on the street."
But I don't think
and
DV,
so I get it.
Yeah, and I don't think DV was intentionally taking it out on Rutledge personally. It was just the French English translation over to just shitting on NBC.
At some point, Marks or Tits, one of them we have a little
group chat.
Yeah, for the show. One of them texts, "Oh my, this isn't going well." And
I think that was Tits.
Kiefer texts me just an abort button. And I'm like,
gold though.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah,
he was great. But I was just like, poor Rutledge. He called me the next day and we talked again. He's just like, "Man, I'm just trying to get the sport bigger, and if you don't like what I'm doing, that's fine, but at least understand what I'm trying to do." Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Rutledge,
no, I'm not trying to. I mean, I think he does an okay job.
Right.
I don't watch the whole broadcast. I fast forward and just watch my races, but
yeah. So that was a lot of views and stuff last week.
Yeah, it was a hot topic.
Right.
I'm all for that.
You like that?
Me too.
Yeah.
All the hostility.
Yeah, give me the views. I'm all about that.
Talon, were you wishing you were in for that one?
No, but it was fun to listen to for sure.
All right, way to play along. PulpMX Show presented by Decal Works, motorsport.com, and Fly Racing. Kay Clayson is brought to you by the folks at Decal Works. They did some great work on the Project 500 for me. They also do the Red Bull KTM graphics, which Cooper Webb now has a red plate, of course, for the last number of weeks. And he's using Decal Works for over 30 years. Decal Works has led the industry in quality and customer service by offering the best custom motocross graphics, plastics, seat covers, and more. Decal Works is officially licensed with Honda, Yamaha, Cowie, Suzuki, KTM, Husqvarna, and Gas. The expert staff will go above and beyond to make sure your questions are answered. Quality of service and knowledgeable. Like I said, they sponsor the Red Bull KTM team. They do the Rockstar Energy Husky off-road team. Here's the best part. DecalMX.com, promo code PulpMX saves 20% off custom graphics. So thanks to those guys for coming on board. They are bringing you Cade Clayson tonight from Decal Works. And, so he said no?
He said, please no.
Okay.
With the please.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have said go for it, but the please was there. So
okay. All right, I'll fill you in later.
Okay.
So Dallas 3, I wasn't there. We'll talk about Webb and Roxon in a second, but Cade, and we're going to talk about A-Rays coming up, so we'll leave it for then. What a track.
That was so sick.
What do you call when you jump 5? I don't even know. A sank?
Isn't it like a quintuplet?
That's a
Quintuplet?
Yes.
Quintuple.
Okay. There was that going on, table to table, which was 80 feet, you told me earlier?
Yeah.
80-something feet.
Yeah, Corey told me.
Big whoops.
Yeah.
A sand section that I don't understand why it gave guys problems, but it really did.
It was hard, man.
Yeah, so what'd you think?
Dude, the track was so fun. Like, there was so many options. Like, every rhythm, guys could do just different little things to just whatever, especially in that middle rhythm before the whoops. You know, there was like 6 different ways we could go through there.
Yep.
And they were all similar, but like different guys could do different ways a little bit faster. And it finally just opened up the track a little bit. You know, the first section you could go 2, 4, 3, or you could go 3 on, 3 off, 3. You know, in the other rhythm, you didn't see anyone do it in the night show, but in practice, Barsha went step on, 3 off, 2, 3, 1. And he said it was super fast, but very impractical because it was so big.
What do you do?
So, like, normally we were going like on, off, 3, and then you had to sit hard to 3 again.
Yep.
And it was.
But it looked kind of easy, not easy, but
it wasn't like the second 3 was really hard.
Yeah.
But the first part of it was easy, but to go 2, like step on, 3 off, you're going over a 5-footer.
Yep.
So no one did it, and I was talking to Barsha before the heat race, and he's like, yeah, one lap I misread my pit board, and I thought it said on, 3 off, and right after the mechanics area, so he said he just pinned it and did it. And he's like, it was so sick. I did it twice, but then I couldn't do it again because it was big.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But just stuff like that.
Yeah, just big rhythms, gave you some options.
Yeah. And like the LCQ, I was the only guy going 3-3-1, where everyone else was going 3-2-2, and that opened it up for someone like myself. There was just lots of options and things to actually separate guys.
Which I love. I love to see that. I love to see stuff that rewards the risk. You know, Sexton goes down in the sand, Marvin goes down. Maybe the promoters are like, "Oh, we can't build a track like that." I hope not. But
no, track was sick.
Track was sick.
Oh, it was so fun. But the sand was just like, it was, so they built like, say, 4 rollers.
Yeah.
And the last roller was the biggest. But then they just put like a foot of sand on top of them. And that sand is so thin. You like blow through it and it kind of sucks you side to side. Where like a normal sand track, it's real thick, right? Yep. And it holds you. That stuff, it's really hard to ride through.
Because are you burning through the sand and getting traction, or
not really? Like after so long, like in the main event, they were. So you could see there was those hard spots that they'd like kind of roll in and pop out of.
The first one looked like there was like a lip, like a double takeoff.
So that's from like getting wheel spin and then hooking up and creating that hole, and then they let off, pin it out of that pocket to then double it to make it a little easier. So it was just really tricky. It took most of practice to kind of figure out how to get through it cleanly. You know, I almost crashed in there second lap of the LCQ. Like, it was a nightmare.
It seemed to me like just come out of the corner and go 2-2. Like,
not that easy.
And Kenny was going on the right, which was taller and, you know, more pronounced, so easier, but that wasn't working.
The ruts were so, like, you'd come out of the berm straight, but then every lap the ruts were, like, facing a little bit different direction, and you had to be straight to go double.
Right.
So some guys would just pin it over the first one, roll, and then double single across the inside.
Okay, yeah.
But
right.
It all depended on the rut on the very first one.
Yeah.
Because if you cased it, then you were getting squirrely as F.
Looked fun. The whole thing looked fun. The whole track looked good. And so when you see Dallas one or one of those indie tracks, you're just like, what are you guys doing? Like you have it in you. Mm-hmm. You have it in you to make.
And you saw this week, like, they have plenty of dirt. Like, the landing of the finish line was like 2 feet taller than the takeoff. It was so big.
Right.
And like, there was just so much. Like, how many tabletops were on that track?
Yeah.
4?
Yeah. So I don't know. Did you eye up the table to table?
I never did the 3 out of the corner.
Oh, okay.
In B practice, it was too ruddy. I don't think anyone did it in B. Where I saw A-Ray do it once or twice in A, but even he wouldn't step onto the next table. So it's like, if you go 3 in, you have to go onto it to make it worth it.
Yep.
Because you can stay low, go 2.
But it looked like it was easy to go onto it when you got the 3 in.
Yeah.
You know
it was.
I mean?
But the problem was being comfortable enough to ice the 3 in.
Right.
You know, those guys were struggling to do it in the main. I watched it on TV, so I don't know how many guys like behind them were doing it.
God, and so it was 80 feet going over the table to do it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And like, they'd hit the 3 in, and a couple feet before they'd land, they just hold it wicked and just sit.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
450s, everybody.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
PRMX, Kate Clayson here in studio, brought to you by Decal Works, of course. Yeah, you've had a good year. We'll get to the incident here in a little bit with A-Ray. He's coming up in 11 minutes. But you've had a good year. You've been a most improved guy. Didn't start that way for you. Like
this year?
Yeah, this year. Didn't start that way, but, man, you have started to get hot here. Whenever, you had the LCQ collapse, whatever round that was.
3.
Okay. Houston 3?
Yeah.
Okay. And just that could have really mind-fucked you a little bit. It didn't. It probably gave you some confidence. Like, hey, yeah, I did screw up. I did completely fade. I mean, I looked like a complete loser. Looked like I couldn't ride a motorcycle out
Chill.
there. Just
Chill. Chill.
I'm kidding. But you, like, honestly, you gain confidence from that where you're like, okay, if I just put together like a couple of laps and don't do those massive mistakes, I got this. So is that kind of what happened? Did that in that race, did it actually turn out to be a good thing?
Well, rounds 1 and 2 went good. My LCQs were bad.
Okay.
Houston 1, I crashed in turn 2. Someone crashed and I hit their bike. Houston 1, my whole shot device broke as I came off, or the fork guard broke.
Yep.
And I ran into Freddie, got trapped in his motorcycle. And then from then on, it's been good LCQs.
Yep.
And I'm just trying to put myself in good positions. We did a lot of testing for starts, and my starts have been really good. And you can't put yourself in good positions with bad starts, except for when I made it in Orlando 2. Dallas 2.
Dallas 2? Yeah.
Last place down the start straight.
Right.
But, yeah, I think I know I belong in there now, and I'm being super aggressive and just trying really hard. I mean, and even Julian, he knows, like, I have so much more in me. I think we're a top 18 guy every week, and, you know, like this weekend, I think I could be hovering right around 15th with how many dudes DNF. You know, I'm not expecting to go out and beat Marv and Chase.
Yeah.
But when a couple factory dudes maybe DNF, I can beat all the privateers.
Right.
I've put in a lot of work to be good in the mains, and it didn't start to show up until Dallas.
I think it's funny that you and A-Ray are buddies, and I started this podcast with you two guys, the Privateer Pod, and we did multiple episodes, and of course, you know, you went and got suspended and went to Canada for a couple of years, and then you're kind of coming back, and then like the rivalry has just started again, like, right? Like, so you took him down at Dallas 2.
Yeah.
And he takes you out at Dallas 3.
He didn't take me out.
Well, okay, whatever. He put a hard pass on you.
Yeah.
Didn't knock you down, but
I didn't fall down.
All right.
He saw.
So anyways, it's funny how Marks, these guys are now like they're back in. Like they're actually friends of the show. Both of them, you know, we've had you guys on multiple, and it's like working out where our listeners are just loving this. Like they're just loving the drama between you two guys. So
I don't think we're the only ones. Did you hear how loud the stadium got when?
I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
actually.
I could tell.
We said that on the review pod, but yeah, I didn't notice that.
They love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the aggression. You know, I don't shy away from people running into me. You know, our family group chat goes off.
Yeah.
They're hostile towards A-Ray and Bowers anymore ever since the 2 takeouts.
Right.
You know, I don't shy away from it because I know it is what it is, and I'm just going to keep going for it too. I don't think I would do anything different than what Alex did. I think I would have probably been even more aggressive.
Yeah.
You have to be in that situation, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, as long as no one's getting hurt.
You gotta, yeah, exactly. You gotta be stoked at where you're at though with these main events. Like you've got 16 points or something. You gotta be stoked. Like, yeah, you know, last year it didn't go well. You know, and Salt Lake City, you weren't really ready for those 7. You know, totally on your game for that. And then so I mean, yeah, you got to be stoked to kind of and look, we got it out of DV last week. We got it out of them. It's a deep field.
It's deep.
It's deep. We finally got it out of them. And you're in the main events here lately, so that's you got to be happy, man. Yeah,
I am happy, yeah. And I'm just proud of the people I have around me too. Like I think everyone kind of stepped their game up, not just me, but you know, my mechanic. I think he's doing a really good job, and they invested a lot into this as well. Because I mean, to be honest, Julian didn't really think he was going to help.
Your team owner.
Yeah,
yep.
Team owner. He didn't think he was going to help me this year to start the year off, and I didn't know if I was going to get to go racing or not. And you know, he took a chance because he knew the speed was there. We just had to find it.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, a little bit of hard work went a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's really, really good to see. Alex Ray coming up here shortly. Cooper Webb, Nick Way, Jeff Ward. You're a little too young for Jeff Ward, but he's a legend.
Yeah, a little
Supercross, motocross champion. He's just a legend. So,
are you kidding me?
Do you think Phil's happy with your rides, or do we know?
He's been friendly with me at
club.
He
has?
He's not a total ass.
Yeah.
So
okay. Wow.
Suck it, Steve.
Okay, well, that's good. Good to hear.
So I'd hope so.
Yeah, so
dude,
No.
He's been doing motocross stuff.
Yeah, but I don't see him much because he's up at the club shop and I'm down the road.
Right.
So unless I stop up there in the morning.
But if you do see him,
he's friendly.
He's friendly.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But then again, he's friendly with Dylan Wright too, which is surprising. So
he likes Dylan.
I don't know why.
He said a few times last summer, like if I didn't like the prick, it would make it worse. So somehow. Wright and him are okay. I have no idea why.
Yeah, I don't either.
Wright worked them all summer just about, but he's fine with it. So
and like I was talking to Logan Leitzel. He was a teammate or something around him a lot last year, and he's like, "Yeah, him and his mechanic both hated me." And then 2 weeks later, I was filling in for him, and his mechanic was my mechanic, and it was super awkward. So it's like the Phil stories never end.
Right. So Webb, we're gonna have Webb out here on the show shortly. Look, Kenny had to win that. Kenny had to win that one.
Yeah, and he didn't.
Thank you. Breaking news. Amazing, right? Amazing. Technical track. Kenny's a technical rider. He's out front. It's all there for him. And Webb tracks him down. Amazing. Amazing for Webb or not so amazing for Roxanne. I can't decide. Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah. You know what's crazy to me is I knew what gate Kenny was in when I was sitting there watching the race. I was like, oh, Kenny took the gate that was, for some reason, the rut was super wide.
Okay.
And it was smooth as glass. I think it was Hartraft took it in the LCQ, and the rut next to it was terrible.
Right. Well,
super squirrely.
I have a question for Webb about that.
And you could kind of see it on TV, but it was bad.
How does a dude? Well, I was going to say, how does a dude who gets 7th in a heat start next to the guy that wins?
Because the rut was so terrible.
Right, exactly.
And I was like, man, if he can hole shot out of that rut, it's going to be mind-blowing. And he didn't. He actually got a really terrible jump, but he just sucked in right behind Kenny, and then he hit the brakes early and went right around the backside of the berm and came out like third.
Yep.
And it was so cool to just see, like, he thought that through. So he's like, I know Kenny's going to get a good start because that rut's sick.
Yep.
So I'm just going to follow him.
Right.
And, man, it's cool to see. He thinks things through, like, 4 or 5 steps ahead. And
he was struggling in the heat, couldn't get the whoops. Sexton put him down. Dallas, too, he eats shit in the whoops in practice.
Yeah.
And, like,
I have a funny story about that, actually.
Okay.
So the lap right before he started a fast lap, like, right behind me. And we get just after the whoops, and I was so bad in the whoops there in practice, and he gets right on me.
Yeah.
And I'm on a fast lap, and I'm like, you shouldn't have started right behind me. Like, I'm not going to let you by.
Right.
And he was revving his bike at me, and people kept asking me later in the day, like, could you hear Webb? I'm like, yeah, I could hear him.
Yeah.
And he's revving his bike. Well,
why don't you tell him tonight that you were on your fast lap?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
And I finished the lap, and he quit because obviously I was going too slow for him.
Yep.
And I cross the finish line, go down the start straight, and I look back, and he's coming, move over, go to the inside, roll around the whoops. That's the lap that he just cartwheels his brains
really?
out the whoop. And I'm like, well, I wonder how much of a factor I played in that. So, Tomac and I got a front row seat to that cartwheel.
Right. If you're Webb, you're just so stoked on that win. You caught the guy. It's only 3 points. It's just the message.
Yeah.
And Kenny could have dirtied him a couple times.
He could have.
Why not? I'm not saying you got to T-bone him and knock him down, but can you get in there?
Bump him. Like, A-Ray and I battle harder for $1,000.
I know it's not in Kenny's nature. I get it. He's a clean guy. He doesn't want to do that. But come on. After what he did to you at Daytona, after the thing that you said on the podium at Daytona, you have this chance. He catches you. You can't. Cade.
I know, man. I hear you.
And I love Kenny. Kenny's a great dude.
I like
but
Kenny too.
Dude, you got to do that.
Kenny was my pick to win. I'd like to see Kenny win. We talked about this earlier, and I don't have anything against Coop. It's just like, I think it would be badass for Kenny to win and come back from all that, and then next year have all those champions.
Why doesn't Kenny do something?
Dude, just make like you said, you don't have to be blatant and T-bone him or.
I don't want to see that. Yeah, I don't want to see that.
But I want to see some orange plastic on some red plastic.
Right. Look, if you're going to go down with a bit of a fight and take Coop out there. You had 2 chances.
Yep, I agree. Even like down the straightaway, like he like moved him over and then just like he's like, oh, I don't want anything to do with you, and ran away.
Yeah,
which isn't bad, but at the same time, it's like, man, if you slow him down a little bit and hold him up to Tomac, then Tomac becomes in, and you're the fast one out front. You can kind of run away while those two screw with each other. But
I mean,
bunch it.
Bunch it. I just if you're Honda, you're bummed. You're just like, man, we had it, man. Like, again, nobody's saying you got to do stupid stuff out there, but he could have been greasier.
Do you think it's a fitness thing, or do you think it's a mental thing that Coop's behind him? Like,
dude, I don't know.
I don't know either, man.
I mean, he is a world champion. He is a motocross champion. You know what I mean? He's everything. He's won everything. And he's the he won, like, Des Nations motos 3 or 4 years in a row against best route. Like, you know, he's a bad dude. Mm-hmm. I just can't see him being mentally mind-fucked by Cooper Webb, but maybe he is.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You know what I mean? I just can't see a champion, a race winner, a guy that's been through everything he's been through, start thinking about this small guy, number 2 on the behind. Like, you know what I mean? That seems mentally impossible that would work, that would psych him out.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm not sure. What I am sure about is Art of Sport. Do you need some more?
Sure.
All right, we'll get you some Art of Sport stuff. It's the fastest growing new body and skincare brands on the planet. Kenny Roxon, speaking of that, is a partner in this, along with guys like NBA MVP James Harden. I use the body wash. I use the shampoo. I use the deodorant. The products are formulated with a natural botanical ingredient to keep you smelling fresh all day. Over 7,000 5-star reviews, Cade, for Art of Sport.
Wow.
Did you ever get any?
Yeah, dude.
Did you like it?
I love it.
Here's the point where you just
I tell you all the I tell you all you're doing an ad. I'm not trying to interrupt you. I buy the stuff now. Like, I go to Target and I buy the stuff. It's good.
Well, it's available at more than Target now. It's all over the place. Yeah, it's at Walgreens and CVS and everywhere now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Not just Target.
Okay. Sweet.
All products under $10. Please check them out. artofsport.com, bringing you our first guest of the night. He is SGB Kawasaki. He's a friend of the show. It's A-Ray. What's up, bud?
Not too much. Just got home, actually, from the Swap Moto Live headquarters. Hey, we had a lot of good things to talk about with PulpMX, like everything. We gave you a bunch of props on the Swap Moto Live podcast.
As far as, like, what? What do you mean? What would you talk about?
I forgot. I don't know.
Okay, right.
I forgot.
Must not have been that good.
Yeah, must not have been that good. Right. Well, listen, and then I did a privateer pod with you two guys, the FXR guys. Give us some money to do the privateer pod. And then the guy across from me here is on a Swap Moto pod, like, later that day. Right. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Take it up with your boss, bro. He texts me while we're on the phone, and I'm like, well, I can't say no, but it's just poor timing. I started laughing.
So, okay, look, Ray, everything's fine. Okay, everything's cool. You hit him hard. You got the spot. Congratulations. I didn't like the mocking. The taunting.
Okay, well, I was just stoked. I was pumped up. It was just one of those things.
Okay. All right. Well, that wasn't.
The people in my DMs did not like the taunting.
And I got some DMs as well from people that are like, I like A-Ray, but that's bullshit.
I got people saying that they loved it, but
shocking.
Yeah. That's just the A-Ray. That's the A-Ray fans out there. I mean, there's A-Ray fans and there's also A-Ray haters. So, I mean, I get it. I mean, it took him a whole year and a half to get me back. It took me 4 days. So.
Yeah, you can blame your buddy Hartraff, dude. He saved your ass because he was a fucking roadblock the whole race.
He was bunching.
He was bunching for sure. That's why I was trying to pass Bowers.
Well, Bowers too. You went for Bowers, and you probably didn't have that. That slowed you down too.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. I was like, I got to get around him because A-Ray's going to clean me out if I'm here.
No, yeah, for sure. Hartraff was bunching. He's seen me in fifth, and he's like, okay, well, I'm going to slow the pace down a little bit. And I'm going to let A-Ray catch up so we can all be in the main.
Except Cade. Just screw Cade.
Yeah. So pretty much, I was on the gate of the main event, and I was talking to Bowers and Hartraff. We were all sitting there. We were talking about the race. And Bowers didn't know that I was so close in fifth. He thought that we had a gap. And then Cade was yelling at him, telling him, like, go, dude, like, go.
Were you?
Yeah, dude, I was yelling. I was like, we got to move.
Yeah, and then Bowers just thought that he was being a dick because, like, him and Bowers, I guess, have had their thing in the LCQ before. So Bowers just got pissed, and he hit him hard before the whoops. And that helped me out even more. And I was like, oh, well, thanks, guys. So I was able to reel him in a little bit quicker.
You made
Hartraff than Bowers.
You made some gains late, A-Ray.
You went from 3 seconds behind me to a second and a half in like 2 sections.
And you look like Minneapolis, A-Ray. Remember Minneapolis?
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, man. I was just on a terror. But no, like, my mechanic, he was giving me the pit board. He was telling me, like, dude, you got to catch Cade. And then, like, the last lap is, like, it says payback and all kinds of stuff. So, I don't know, it was a crazy race.
So you took A-Ray down at Dallas, too. And then you started to claim Cade. It was for Daytona last year.
I did not start to claim. It was just, it was a safety net for what happened.
I had his brother in my DMs telling me, "Oh, that was payback from Daytona."
God, dude.
I had Reese Clayson in my DMs over here pissed.
Hey, man.
For Daytona. Yeah, you can't do that a year and a half later, dude.
You can claim whatever you need.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, whatever you need.
God, he hit you hard, Cade.
Who?
A-Ray hit you hard.
He didn't hit me hard. A-Ray hit me like a little feather. I just had nowhere to go except into the tough blocks.
Oh, hey, no, because Cade DM'd me afterwards. Or he texted me or something. I forgot what he said, but he said, next time hit me like a fucking man or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
He did.
I mean, anyway, were you planning on that spot, or were you thinking, or it was just
he was already in front of me.
It was just an opening.
I was already in front of him, and then he started playing like the cat and mouse thing, and I was like, all right, dude.
Hey,
I think he assumed that once he parked me in that turn before the triple, that I was going to roll it.
Right.
And I don't think he was expecting me to jump the triple and then land to the inside like that, because I think if he'd known that I jumped the triple, he would have jumped a little bit further left.
I was prepared to land on you when I went 3-1. I thought you were going to hard left it when you doubled into the corner, and I was mentally prepared for us to both go down because I thought you were going to sweep under me because you didn't know I was tripling that.
Yeah, I sort of felt you there. I knew you'd been doing it all day, so that's why I sort of, yeah. He said, this is what he DM'd me afterwards because I sent him a picture of Hugo naked. And then he said, notice how I didn't fall. Hit me like a man next time, bitch.
I texted you guys just the grimacing emoji. I'm on a group text with them, and I just was like, oh, God. So, honestly, you two guys are friends, but honestly, I feel like if you're together in an LCQ for the last spot, the fact that you're friends means nothing. Like you'll hit each other as hard, like
probably harder.
Right, harder.
Yeah, because I know I can hit him and him be okay with it and not have to come over to my pit screaming at me. Like we might be mad at each other for a couple days.
Right.
Like when he ran me off the side of the triple in Salt Lake City last year.
Yep.
I was very upset after that. Mm-hmm. But we get over it. Where there's a few other gentle flowers out there that will not even allow you to move over on them without getting yelled at.
Right. I honestly, I think that he was more mad at Heartraft than he was me.
Right.
Because, I mean, obviously he would have done the same thing in my position.
I spent every lap of the night show behind Heartraft. I spent the whole heat race and the whole LCQ sitting behind him, just looking at that fucking 28. And
I better start next time, bro.
All I wanted to do, I was like, because I was behind him and I'm like, look, I can't be too aggressive. We're in second and third. Like, if I'm too aggressive, then I'm a dick. So I'm like, I just got to be back here. But then he's slowing me down, and then Bowers gets by, and I see you back there, and I'm like...
Oh, so you saw him coming.
I saw him coming. Yeah. I'm like, I'm in the sand, and I can hear A-Ray panic revved off the triple.
Right.
Like, just trying to make up time. And I'm like, bro, we got to go. We got to go. And this is like with 3 laps to go. And Bowers and Heartraft, they're just out for a Sunday cruise, and I can't get by.
Go! You're yelling at Bowers.
Oh, dude, every chance I got, I was just screaming at him, and finally I just ran it in on him. I was like, last lap, I'm like, I gotta get in front of him because A-Ray won't take down Tyler. But
right. Yeah. Oh, you don't think A-Ray would take down Tyler?
No, Tyler's too much of a wall.
They are enjoy the ride teammates now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The beef I feel like has been squashed between Bowers and I because we enjoy the ride.
Bowers and I got rather aggressive with each other in the main event the week on Tuesday. We ran each other into the tough blocks quite a few times. And like gently,
right?
Like no slamming, but like
Cade, you do feel like if you had beaten A-Ray, you would have done more in the main event than he did.
I would have finished.
Right.
It wasn't my fault. I didn't just pull off. My bike shut off.
Okay, so we got a crash in practice and a bike problem in Dallas 3. We got no brakes in Dallas 2. We got a DNF for the bike problem in Dallas 3. Like, what the fuck's going on here, A-Ray?
A-Ray, there's one common denominator between all of these things, and it's the person on top of it twisting the gas and not knowing how to shift it.
Okay, so in I think the first qualifying practice, I hadn't, or no,
It was the
second
last qualifying practice.
Yeah, I hadn't jumped either one of the quads. I had talked to Cade, and Cade had jumped all of them, and I'm like, shit. So I go out there, and I start boner airing shit.
Cade air, dude.
And, yeah, so I crashed, and then my steering, like, locked up. Like, the bearings or something, like, I must have bent something. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't turn my handlebars.
Yeah, that happens to a lot of people out there. Yeah, I see that all the time.
I warned you. I told you not to OJ it.
And I did. And then, yeah, I don't know. I think my bike like must have overheated in the main event. I don't know what happened. I was coming down the straightaway and my bike just shut off. And I pressed that e-start button 100 times and I could not start the thing back. So I don't know what happened to that. I mean, it was just freak nature. I mean, and I was riding good prior to that. I had just got around Hot Raft and then I washed the front. I was in front of him. I was in front of Bowers. Like I was racing forward. And then I had a tip over, and then I was still, once I got up, I was still catching Starling, and then my bike shut off. So, I mean, it was sort of just
too much rev.
I don't know.
How about Starling the LCQ just looking like, just gone?
He was icing.
He ran a 51. He ran a 51 the first lap.
He was icing the 3-on-3 off ever since the last practice, and I only did it twice all day because it was so hard to get onto that table, and he was just doing it like it was nothing. And I'm like,
makes me even madder for picking him in Pulp Mix Fantasy.
You picked him?
No, earlier this year when he wasn't qualifying.
Oh, smooth. You picked him over me. Have you picked me at all this year?
Nope. I did pick A-Ray.
Okay.
I did pick A-Ray at Dallas too.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Cade. So did Marks.
And so did
Marks,
Truman.
have you picked me, Marks?
I'm sorry, I have not.
Okay, then y'all can suck it.
I'm mad that I haven't because you've done very well.
Suck it.
Yes.
Darkside picked me at an 11, and I'm like, man, that's brave at an 11. And he's like, you got it. I was like, okay, you just keep doing you, bro.
He picked you at 11 this week.
Yeah.
At Dallas 3.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right.
So he's mad at us for not picking him, and then the guy that picks him at an 11, he's like,
yeah,
at an 11.
Yeah.
Come on. Look at the results and understand.
Speaking of that, Darkside, what's up, man? You pissed at A-Ray?
Yeah, A-Ray owes me another breakfast. I want payback because he fucked me out. He fucked me in fantasy.
Yep, good job.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Darkside. I thought we were cool, but
Well, we were until you took out Cade.
Yeah, and
oh jeez,
Cade screwed me at I don't know if you would have gone with no rear brake, so I don't even know if Cade hadn't taken you down at Dallas 2.
He wasn't going my pace, so it don't matter.
Yeah,
he wasn't.
I don't even know if he had no brake, so I don't know how the fuck he's going to get in the main event with no brakes.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you don't know. He could go faster.
Yeah.
So, Cade, I don't know if this has happened to you, but like where you put the rear brake pads in?
Hey, Ray,
Like
I have the same
little
rear brake
flanges?
pads on my practice bike that I got on the bike when they gave me the bike in December. They gave me the
Okay,
motorcycle in
never mind.
December. It is now
Never
middle of
mind.
March. I have the same rear brake pads on it.
Okay, never mind then. Never mind. I was going to try to explain. I was going to
I understand how a rear brake
with the
system
rear brake.
works and how you can melt it by dragging that bitch the whole race.
Hey,
but
Ray, you gotta.
No, I didn't melt it.
You
I did
gotta-
not
that is
melt
not
it.
what your mechanic told me. I played golf with your mechanic the next day. He
Yes,
told me you melted it.
melted. Okay, it melted because of the way that the things were bent. But you know what? Never mind. Fuck you. I'm not going to fucking sit here and explain it then. Since you had your fucking brake pads on there for so long, I'm just going to be over here. I'm like, all right, I fucked up. I'm on my rear brakes. We're cool.
You're on your rear brakes, your clutch, and your gas all at the same time. It's fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal.
I don't know. That's got to be bad for me to be on my rear brakes.
Maybe
and
that's
still
why that thing
catch up to
overheated.
you.
Why did you make a DV last week saying he can't help you? He's done.
I mean, I don't know, man.
I'll take some DV coaching. You can sign me up.
All right.
Fuck you, you're fired.
That's DV to A-Ray.
I like DV though. I like DV. Every time I see him at the track, he'll get his phone out and try to video me trying to
Right.
'cause every time I would see him at the track there for a while, he would stand right in front of a corner, and I would always something would happen, and I would just tip over.
Yep.
Well,
fall
he's probably
right in
videoing
front of it.
Dylan, and then he's videoing you, and he's going to post them back to back and be like, this is how you do it, and this is how you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I get up, pick my bike up, and I'm just seeing them standing there laughing at me. I'm like, damn it.
I don't know. But I got to say, though, I told Cade this earlier, A-Ray. Our listeners just love it. I get so many DMs and tweets when you two guys get together. It's just, and there's K guys, there's A-Ray. I didn't like the taunting. I did not like the taunting or the celebration, but.
Yeah, it was a bit much, but in the moment, I was pumped. I was stoked.
It is what it is.
I feel like
Sarah was about ready to wring your neck. She was pissed about the taunting.
Yeah.
You can't do that, dude.
She's been pissed at me before, not for any racing related reasons, but she's been pissed at me before.
I saw A-Ray's chick in the pits, and I went straight up to her. I'm like, please don't hate me.
Yeah.
I'm not that bad. Your guy's just a dick.
Right. Well, she's probably like, oh yeah, I got him back. Dallas 3 got him back.
Oh, she told me she didn't hate me. She's like,
okay.
I know. She's like, I know. It's him. It's okay.
Right.
I don't actually hate you.
Have you told your chick, A-Ray, have you said hey, this is. Yes, I understand it looks like Mad Max beyond the Thunderdome. This is how we race.
Yeah, she didn't understand how people passed people prior to any of this. And I feel like she didn't even know that the tracks changed each weekend or each race.
Right.
She thought they was all. She asked me on the first day. She was like, "So what's usually your lap time?" I'm like, "It varies. The track changes." She's like, "Oh, I didn't know that."
Right.
I was like, "Okay, cool."
Well,
this ain't NASCAR.
Dark Side, how was it, being the media guy in attendance there, Dallas 3?
It was good. Tons of content, so many interviews in the pits.
Right.
It was good. It was fun being there. Kevin Kelly was actually up in the press box for the mains, and man, the LCQ we were yelling we knew A-Ray was coming with 3 to go, and I was like, fuck, I got Cade in fantasy. This is going to go bad. And we yelled for 2 laps. It was pretty entertaining, actually.
I thought Cade. I'm like, Cade's going to get Bowers. I thought you'd get Bowers. I'm like, he's running better.
Bowers slammed him pretty good before the whoops, though.
If he thought there was a gap, why couldn't he just let me by? Just let me by and you deal with it.
It's the bear, bro. It's the bear.
He was salty because I beat him in the main. I told him, I was like, Saturday before practice, I'm like, hey, man, you and I had that epic battle, but you kept me going. Him and I charged the whole way through because we both wanted to beat each other.
Hey, Ray, how much? Look, pre-suspension, there was a big debate. Cade was, better outdoors than you. You're a better indoor guy than you. But man, it's taken Cade a bit of time here. But maybe he's a little better indoors now.
I mean, he's definitely better indoors for sure.
Better than you.
Don't forget who out-qualified who at Thunder Valley.
I'm not gonna answer that.
Okay, listen. You have 19 points, A-Ray.
Yes.
Cade has 16. We have 5 races to go.
So how many main events has Cade made?
5. We both have made 5.
Okay, so if you would have beat me in the main event, how do I have more points than you do?
You waxed me in the first main I made, and you've gotten 18th twice, I think, right?
Yeah, and I have a 17th in there as well.
Yeah. So, but I have I have 2 21s, a 20, and 19, and 18. So when I'm in the main event, everyone seems to fucking finish. When you're in the main event, everyone seems to DNF.
Here's what we're gonna do. Are you guys ready for this?
Oh, geez. Here we go.
19 to 16. So, Cade, you got a little bit of catching up to do here. The winner in the points at the end of the year after Salt Lake 2, I will donate $1,000 to the charity of your choice. And you can't be aray.com. A-Ray. It can't be aray.com. A charity of your choice to whoever beats who in this series. And you will get a prestigious trophy.
And a trophy?
And a trophy.
Could it go towards my engine parts?
No, charity.
I feel like Jason over there is a charity. Have you seen how big the number is on the door?
No,
it's like over. I think it's like $7,000 now.
God, A-Ray.
It's a lot. It is a lot.
Nope, charity. You got a charity, Cade, off the top of your head?
I have a couple, but I'd have to choose between one or the other.
A-Ray, you got a charity?
I'd have to think about it, but yeah, we can figure something out.
Mine would probably be something to do with animals.
Okay, I hope you win.
Okay.
All right.
A-Ray would probably.
Are you guys down with it? You down? You down?
Yeah, I'm down.
You ready?
I'm down.
Okay, all right.
I don't get any sort of bonus if I win because I'm behind.
Nah, I thought about trying to weight it a little bit, but fuck it. Yeah.
So Cade's in it for both. He's in it for the LCQ challenge and this.
Yeah, dude, I'm in for all. You got to have a great season just like me. See, when you suck, you still got to do good enough that you're in the top of the sucking board.
You're double dipping.
That thing is all fucked up because Starling is all of a sudden like great. So Starling's got no points.
Well, Starling's been good all year. He just finally started getting
Bubba Pauly
starts.
didn't make the night shows. Carlin Gardner weeded himself. Like the whole thing's a shit show. So, yeah, and as Mark says here, hey, Ray, your charity can't be registered to a J-Bone Ray.
Oh, man. Yeah, J-Bone doesn't need any charity. He's already too fat.
And,
like, he's getting thick.
And the pony pot will throw in 1,000 too, right, Darkside?
Sure, yeah.
Not a super positive.
Yeah, no.
Hey, man, Darkside bought me dinner the other night, so I think we're square.
That didn't sound at all right. I bought Darkside
Darkside
dinner, so.
I bought Darkside breakfast, and he also bought me breakfast, too. So.
And I bought Darkside dinner, so it sounds like he's doing fucking fine.
Hey, I bought Steve dinner one Friday night, and I text him the next weekend, and he's like, yeah, I went to dinner with A-Ray tonight. Of course, it's A-Ray, and I had to buy dinner.
Yeah.
I saved money on hotels because I stayed at the Berm Lords headquarters.
Oh, you did?
Way to get a plug in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, stickers everywhere. Just Darkside laid on a bed of stickers. Just everywhere.
Berm Lords did have Scotty Winterstrom in the 40th slot of the night show.
Silence! Well, yeah, $1,000. There we go. 19 points to 16. Here we go.
I'm into it.
When do we have to have our charities?
Let's tweet that out.
When do we have to have our charities decided by?
I don't know. But after Salt Lake City, too.
Okay.
All right. And a prestigious trophy.
And the trophy.
Yes.
Okay.
I got to get one made.
Will this be like the belt? The belt that
Whatever happened to that
Yeah,
belt?
what if I get you guys like a photo of Chiz?
I mean,
The winner gets a signed photo of Chiz.
I mean, he's my idol at this point. Like,
He is, right?
Dude, like, he'll qualify 28th, and then
It
he'll go
doesn't
make it out
matter.
of the heat, dude.
It doesn't matter. It's fucking Chiz.
He was pace all day.
He went
The same
3
pace all
seconds
day.
faster in the last qualifying practice than he did in the second one this
Really?
weekend. He didn't jump any of the quads or anything.
No.
And he's doing like 56s.
Nah.
Comes out the next practice, does all the quads, gets to like a 51.
Yeah,
and it's just like, what the hell, man?
Chiz has only a limited number of jumps in him, so he has to save him up. That's it.
Hey, you know what he told me on HEP?
Huh.
That in the free practice, if the whoops are sketchy, he'll go around them every single lap. Because he knows that they'll break down by the end of the last practice.
Yep.
And he'll just hit them then whenever they're done.
Yeah, that's smart veteran Chiz.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, no, he's phenomenal. He'll figure it out, and he's a little. You see him on Twitter. He's a little mad about the infant Chiz comment.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
He doesn't like the infant Chiz?
No, he says you're not even close to him enough main events to be infant Chiz.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Right.
We can blame, but that's what infancy grows. You know,
Blair,
you got to grow.
Blame Blair for that.
I yelled it to him. We were parked across from him one day, and I made it out of the heat. And I'm like, "Infant Chiz does it."
So all right, there we go. So yeah, $1,000 charity, your guys' choice.
All right,
for the winner.
I seen you guys e-biking earlier this morning. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get. I got my DVO suspension on my e-bike.
So wait,
over the week.
Why do you have an issue with me wearing my? I didn't have a kit. So I wore shorts and a moto jersey. It's real sunny out here.
He wears his own jersey, bicycling.
I had a pack on,
Ray,
so I didn't have.
Hey, everybody! It's Kay Clayson out here on the trail. Check me out.
When did you tell him that he was coming on the show?
So
months ago.
I was at club. I had my cycling stuff with me, and I packed it all.
It's Walker Fowler over here.
And I freaking throw my shoes and all my shit in my bag. And I'm like, I got kits at home because I have my Enduros
You
at
and
home.
Walker talk to each other. Hey, let's run a jerseys.
I thought about wearing it tonight, actually. And I'm like, I'll just get a kit when I'm home. And then I got here, and I'm like, that wasn't very smart. I don't have a kit with me. And so I just wore shorts and a jersey to make up for it. And I mean,
sounds
I'm not
gay.
Yeah, shut up. And it was great. You know, I was comfy. That jerseys are nice.
Soul Rider.
Dude,
Kiefer wouldn't have an issue with it.
You're not a Soul Rider if you wear your own jersey numbered and name on the back of it. You're not your own. You're not a Soul Rider.
I didn't say I was.
Who is that? who was that was wearing their own jersey at Supercross, like a quad rider?
Yeah, Walker Fowler.
Yeah, Walker Fowler.
Oh, okay, yeah,
That's where the joke came from.
That's Cade.
Right. Dark side. That's something that I could see you doing a little bit, running the dark side jersey.
When I'm riding a dirt bike, or
No. When you're pedaling around your mountain bike.
No,
that's him in the skate park. He's got a dark side jersey on in the skate park.
Yeah, skate park.
I wear the fly mountain bike stuff when I'm mountain biking.
Right.
I will say this: I was in the pits at Arlington 3, and the amount of O'Neal jerseys that were in the pits was sick.
Man, I didn't see any. I saw a lot of fly stuff.
Yeah. You were just.
I don't know, man.
You just noticed. You were just looking at Bowers. That was it. That's the only guy you noticed. Anyway.
Hey, O'Neal did have 4 guys in the main event.
By the way, too, what about Marty's crash that he posted on social?
Oh my God.
That was dirty.
That was one thing that I was scared. That's one thing I was scared about. If you do that 3 in, doing that next jump, that was a fear of mine. So I was like, nope.
Oh my God.
What did Marty do? I gotta look this up.
It was on his story, so it's probably gone.
His front wheel went over the tabletop.
Yep. He clipped it, and that bike shot up in there off the berm, flipped a few times. It was rough.
Nasty Marty crash.
I thought that's what Oldenburg did in the B practice. His bike was laying up over the berm. Tough blocks were in the start straight, and I'm like, man, he must have tried that. And then yeah.
Art of Sport.
I know what it was.
What?
That we were giving you props on. Speaking of Marty's bike flying through the air, we were talking about the PulpMX nets saving lives.
Saving lives. Hunter Lawrence, absolutely. You think anybody will notice or give me any credit at all for talking about the nets 5-6 years ago, whenever it was? Nope. Nobody. Nothing. Hunter thanked me, though. That was cool. Artofsport.com. All the products under $10. Please check that out. Darkside, congratulations. You're a grandpa.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. I cannot believe you and your pony are old enough to be a grandfather.
Well, I can't either. I don't really like the G word. We're trying to go with something else. But
Gramps?
I'm
Papa.
No, it's going to be the fifth.
But
what does the pony think of it?
I don't speak to the pony's gone. Most of it's gone, man. I don't know.
I couldn't believe how short it was.
I don't talk to my hair like you think I do. So
what's that?
I don't talk to the hair like you think I do.
Dude, that thing is its own animal. I can't believe you're old enough to have a kid that has a kid.
Yeah, my kid's 22, same age I was when I had him.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy, but she's awesome, so I appreciate it.
All right.
Fertile fellows over there.
Yeah, really. Darkside, who's on the wrap-up show? Do we know?
Yeah, this week I've got Jake and Jordan, the couple I told you about. That they play fantasy together, they battle, and they're big Pulp fans. They listen to Pulp every week together, so they'll be on this week. Sweet.
And I'm working on that Mission Tortillas wrap-up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up
right on.
with Mission Tortillas.
Bring it. Hey, if it puts more money in my pocket, I'll take it.
Yeah, it will be. All right, thanks, Darkside.
All right, see ya.
Thank you. Before we go, Alex Ray on the show, brought to you by Art of Sport. It's John. Johnner, what's up, bud?
Hey, this is Cade's buddy.
Johnner, what's up, Johnner?
Hey, Cade, dude, you got to stop wearing that jersey. Come on, dude.
Dude, get out of here, bro. You love it.
Yeah, name a number on the back of a jersey. Like, I cannot believe it.
I just rep it, bro. Why you got to judge?
Dude.
A-Ray? Not cool, right, A-Ray?
I mean...
A-Ray wears his jersey when he's at the bike park.
Hey, you know what?
I did wear it whenever I went downhill mountain biking because I didn't have
it.
Okay, hold on, Johnner. What's that, A-Ray? You wore it, actually?
I did wear one of my jerseys whenever I went downhill mountain biking because I didn't have a full long sleeve jersey.
Exactly. So, what's the difference?
But I wore a full moto helmet and goggles, too.
That's really bad on both of your parts.
Why?
I mean,
why are you judging? Why are you playing Kiefer right now and judging gear?
No, he's playing Swap Moto right now with the cycling stuff.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Oh yeah, cool. All right, wear your name and number then everywhere you go.
Maybe I will.
Awesome. All right,
I'll go get it. I'll put it on for the rest of the show.
We'll see you at the mall with that.
Hey, Kate, keep wearing your roadie helmet with your mountain biking stuff too.
I got a helmet now. Get off my case,
he had
Grandpa.
a regular mountain bike helmet. Yeah.
Get off my case, Grandpa.
What do we vote on? What's the vote for? What poll?
On Twitter, I said we're giving away $1,000 to their charity of choice.
Oh, okay.
Who you taking? And so far, it's 78% Cade, 21% A-Ray.
Wow.
Team Clade.
The people have spoken. They think you're going to make the 3 points up. and pass A-Ray.
That's fine. I got to make one main to pass him. So
if you guys tie, do we split it or do we go on whoever had the best season finish?
I think we should split it.
Okay, we'll split it then.
Better for the charities.
Right. You guys are both getting fucked by the 250 East guys that are just racking up points, by the way, both of you. Just absolutely screwed. Some guy that's a plumber has probably got 64 points right now compared to your guys' 16 and 19 or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's upsetting.
Thanks, Johnner.
Very, very upsetting.
Thanks, Johnner.
All right.
Thank you. All right.
I really had to look for Cade's Instagram since I don't follow him.
Nice.
See this,
we don't follow each other. It's
photo.
funny.
I like it. Well, listen.
We haven't followed each other since he cleaned me out in Daytona.
Right.
So it's perfectly okay for that to be payback.
Right. I felt like he hit you hard, but you said no. Okay. All right. Well,
just a love tap.
All right, A-Ray. Well, good job getting in. I really wish you could have got in Dallas too when I picked you in PulpMX Fantasy. But maybe I will start picking Cade from now on.
Doubtful.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Steve. Yeah, thanks, boys. I appreciate it.
What are you doing on the break? What's going on?
Well, I'm in the process of trying to Frankenstein some parts together to get my practice bikes together.
Two of them.
Yeah.
He's got two of them that are broken.
Yeah, but, I mean, we'll have them ready here the next couple of days and hopefully get some riding in. But until then, I'm going to have to ride my bicycles. But, I mean, I know DV told me I need to ride my dirt bikes more, but I got to do what I got to do at this point.
Maybe you need
bicycles.
Maybe you need the Enduro model. That's what I'm repping. I'm riding the Enduro models. Both my race bike and my practice bike both came with kickstands.
Oh, wow.
By the way, the charity of choice for you guys, it can't be anything weird too. Don't be weird. Like, hey, Ray, your charity.
No strippers.
Like, yeah. Don't. I'm getting some DMs right now and some text about your possible charity choices, Ray. So just be normal, okay? Also, by the way, DVO suspension. I got some on my Taser, and A-Ray got some on his e-bike. And use the code PulpMX if you're looking for a fork or a shock for your mountain bike. DVO guys, great dudes, and they make good products. So.
Yeah, I kept endoing, and then Swap Moto kept taking photos of me upside down in the rocks. So I needed to get some good suspension, and thankfully I got good friends like PulpMX, and you guys are freaking taking care of me with the DVO suspension. So that was awesome. So I'm stoked on that.
All right, A-Ray. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for calling in, and I look forward to part 34 of the Cade Clayson Alex Ray battles when we pick up in Atlanta. So
just don't get salty when I get you back. You get so salty.
He does get salty, but then he kind of gets over it like soon.
Yeah, it's like a little salty period, and then I'm over it.
Right. Okay. All right. Thanks, A-Ray.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. That's Alex Ray, everybody. Coming up, JT. Andy, you're calling from Arizona to talk to Cade?
I am, yeah.
What's up, man?
Hello, Cade. Hey, this is Virgil's buddy, Andy.
Oh, hey, what's going on, man? How's my guy Virgil doing? Is he staying up on it?
Doing good, yeah. Hey, every LCQ, you tend to make it exciting, and you ought to see him jumping up and down. He can't even sit down the last few laps.
Virgil's the guy, Steve. Remember I sent you a picture of him. He was on a Yamaha on the full fly kit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I coach him a lot at home. And dude, he's is he 49? Is he 50? I don't remember how old he is, but
almost 50.
And he's just into it now.
He loves it.
Yeah, he loves it.
And he got a bike, and Andy and him are neighbors, and they ride together, and yeah.
Right. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Kate told me the whole story. He sounds like a really cool guy, for sure.
Oh, he's awesome, yeah.
Why don't we get him something? Does he need anything?
Oh, man, he needs all sorts of stuff. But,
well, let's hook him up.
Oh, jeez.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll work some of our show guys and get him dialed in with whatever he needs. So, all right.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling in.
Hey, I wanted to throw something in there on the rocks and the web thing there from the Peacock we have for watching the race. The last few laps definitely looked like Kenny was struggling through that sand as well, which was killing his time.
Yep,
for sure. So
he was.
I think as the season goes on, he tends to maybe wear down. I have to think it's something to do with his arms.
You think? All right, yeah, maybe. Definitely, he's had issues at the end of seasons, right?
Yeah, he always has.
At the end of seasons, end of the race, end of seasons, yeah.
Right. Yeah, maybe so. Thanks, Andy.
It's grueling.
Thanks
All
for
right,
calling.
take care.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Got some people on hold here as well. Something about Roxon and Webb and Fly. Fly Mesh. Fly Racing. Speaking of Fly Racing, Justin Brayton, Justin Bogle, Zach Osborne are out right now, but they wear Fly Racing. But Joey Savacci's there, and Jalik Swoll's crushing it. Fly Racing. Mitchell Oldenburg as well, getting the 450 main event. So yeah, absolutely, the guys at flyracing.com are doing great things. Whether it's the Formula helmet with Rheon technology, whether it's the Zone Pro goggle, whether it's the F4 boots or the all new light pant, they have you covered. Thanks to the folks at Fly Racing. Go to your favorite dealer. Tell them you want to see Fly Racing, or go to your favorite e-tailer and check out the folks from Fly Racing and all the things that they got going. Let's bring our Fly Racing specialist in. It's Jason Thomas. What's up, JT?
Not too much. Just listening to the banter as usual.
We have a question about the Fly Mesh. Let's get that out of the way. LJ, what's up, man? Let's talk to JT about that Fly gear you're talking about.
Yeah, I was just wondering, when's that stuff coming out? I usually buy 2 or 3 sets a year.
It is coming soon. I would love to tell you that I can guarantee it for Atlanta 1. That is the tentative plan, and that's not even really public info, but why not? Let's break it right here. The plan is to go live at Atlanta 1. The only thing I have to make sure is that dealers have it in their stores for that to happen. So it's going to be a last-minute thing, but I'm 99.9% sure that it's going to happen in Atlanta. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news at all, but there's been some serious port delays going on, and the entire industry's really been suffering from it, and we're no different. So as soon as we can possibly get it into our warehouse and out to dealers, we're going with it. The racers all have their stuff built. Like we're really ready. We just want to make sure that we do it the right way.
Cool. So LJ, look for it in a couple weeks, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Oh, he doesn't sound that excited. JT was on the review show, Cade, and talking. He was at Dallas 3, and he was talking a lot about the track, and you were talking at the start of the show about how fun that thing was.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was really fun to ride. Did it look fun to watch, JT? I mean, the track. I mean, there was just so many options.
It looked a little bit intimidating, and remember, I've been retired for several years now. So yeah, some of the sections, like, to have to pull some of that stuff. I was good at that stuff. Like I was good at jumping, better than probably my results indicated. But man, some of that stuff, like you would just have to man up, like 3-3-3 and then 3 out of the corner, like to do the biggest rhythms. It was no joke. So it did look fun, but at the same time, I was walking through my own emotional process of having to pull the trigger on that stuff too.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like we've had so many tracks this year where everything just gets done first practice, and then it's
literally
just like,
second lap.
Yeah, second lap.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing all the jumps, and then it's just a speed fest, and there's nothing really that technical about it. Where this weekend you had to be super precise. There was a lot of options. You had to figure out which option was the best.
Yep.
And I feel like having to grow a set and just do some of the stuff, separated a lot of guys. This weekend they started lapping in the 450 main. Like 6 or 7 minutes in, where the week before, where the track was fairly simple and we were all doing the same thing, I didn't get lapped till almost 9 minutes to go. So,
right. I mean, honestly, as a fan, if I'm sitting there just, pounding, Miller Lights, it's awesome. But I was more trying to put myself in your guys' shoes, having to pull that stuff out. 15 minutes in, you're still having to go, tabletop over 2 and stuff like that. I'm all for it. I think it's better racing. I think it challenges you guys who are all so talented and your bikes are so capable. I'm all for it. I was just more trying to put myself back into my, riding booth and have to walk through that. But if I get to draw the tracks up every week, I'll take that every single time.
It was kind of cool. The first 250 heat takes off. They go around. They go through the first rhythm, or they go do the first lap, and then the leaders come around and they go 2-4. The whole crowd kind of like does like a gasp because you were going 2 table over 2-3, and you went so high, and it was such a big table over 2 compared to the rest of the ones we've had this year. And it was fun to see the crowd get so like in awe of, a jump that not everyone was doing, but most guys were doing, and it was just so big.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Did you ever do that 3 out of the corner after that?
No, I didn't. In practice, it was so ruddy, and I was like, I don't really want to pull the trigger on this. I saw A-Ray do it a couple times in his practice, but he never went on to the next table. So I'm like, if I can barely get it and then not do the next part, it's not worth it. So if I go 2 on off 4, that's super consistent, and then I can stay low in the berm and kind of, if you can stay super low in the berm and then get the double fast, you don't lose as much time as you think.
Right. Yeah, I could totally see that, because I'd watched the 250 guys, and it looked pretty easy for Justin Cooper to kind of do it. But by the time you guys would get out there, not to mention forget about the B and C practices for the 450 class in practice. The track is completely gone by then. But even by the 450 heat races, that turn made it pretty challenging.
That's why I can't understand the last 2 weeks. Bowers is asked to be in the C group because there's less guys, he told me. But it's like, dude.
Yeah, but in the B practice, we can't do the rhythm most of the time anyways.
Yeah, if you're not in A, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So, it was crazy how significantly better the track was for me when I was in A practice.
Right.
I rode half of each time practice because I had bike issues, but I still, qualified fairly good, and I only rode half the practice.
Yeah, to me, when I look at it, those guys in the A practice are accelerating out of a corner like that so damn hard compared to where the B guys, they are, but it's not the same, right? The deterioration from A to B is nothing compared, the A to B is much more significant than B to C. Like, a B to C is almost irrelevant, where A to B is a huge drop-off.
I've asked multiple times if for free practice the B or C guys could go first. Let us, go CBA for the 450s as well in the free practice, because they don't do it because of the fans and stuff and because of TV. But why can't we go first for the free practice? You know what I mean? Let us learn the track when it's a little bit fresher then, and then give them the fresher track when it matters. I mean, I've asked that. They've said no, but I still think it's a good idea.
Right. JT, would have liked to seen Roxon get a little aggressive with Coop. Not really sure why he didn't.
Well, I agree with the McGrath take that you were swooning over at Arlington too. Until Kenny forces Cooper to respect him or have any glimpse of fear whatsoever, why would he? Why would you ever check up or ever have any hesitation until you're forced to? He really has no reason to. Kenny has been so nice and so patient with any sort of aggression from Cooper, and I don't know, at some point you just have to draw a line in the sand, and in the words of Jeffrey the Dude Lebowski, you just have to say this aggression will not stand. And you have to stand your ground and make a move back to where, if you have the inside, Webb's not going to just commit to the outside. Where right now, I believe he will. I believe he will commit to the outside and just say, you know what, Kenny's not going to knock me down here, so I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
And until you put some sort of fear there where he has to think a little bit about, I don't know, if this is Jason Anderson, I can't go outside because I'm going to end up on the ground, And there's something to be said for that. Kenny just has to force the issue a little bit. And I know Kenny he just wants to be courteous, and that's the way he's always raced. But when you have a guy like Cooper Webb who's willing to take advantage of that scenario, you almost can't be. You're going to have to up the aggression level and fight back a little bit.
It's amazing you didn't. Absolutely. And now this thing feels, I'll start with you, Kate. I mean, look, anything can happen, a bike problem or a big crash from Cooper. But, dude, this thing feels.
I mean, it's not out of there,
but
it's definitely getting there. It's getting stressful. I think everyone knows if Kenny hole shots, Coop's coming.
Yeah.
And he's going to keep coming the whole race. He's not going to get tired. He's just going to keep plugging away. He doesn't make any mistakes, really, and it's crazy.
Dallas, too, he crashes, probably has a concussion of some sort, comes back, sets a top 3 time in the next practice. This one gets knocked down in the heat by Sexton, can't do the whoops, struggling, comes back and wins. Like the guy, and he's coming on later tonight.
He's an animal, man.
Yeah.
And it's just nothing seems to phase him. And like when there's adversity, I feel like it just fuels the fire.
Right. I might agree with that for sure.
Well, and it the thing about this for me is it gets tougher, I believe, towards the end of the season. I think it gets tougher to make up points. So if you're Kenny, the job is going to get more difficult as we go towards Salt Lake because these guys are going to lose interest. The days of everybody just sending it, trying to get a result, and if Cooper gets a bad start, these guys are going to start like, it's the end of the year, and they just start losing their intensity a little bit where everything's going to be on the line for Cooper, and he's going to find his way to the front anyway. It just seems to work out that way towards the end of the year. It's so difficult to make up big points gaps because of the waning interest of these guys.
I mean, I'm almost wondering if we're seeing it now with these top 4 guys checking out the last 2 weeks.
Sure. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It definitely it goes that way, right? It's a stair step that direction, and it's hard to say when you see it. I think everybody notices that at different times, but it steadily progresses as the season wears on.
Right. JT, most improved Supercross racer this year: Cade Clayson, Cody Schock, or AP?
I think all 3 of them should be mentioned. You're talking about different levels, right? AP, the step he's got to make is so brutal. But I think, Cody, I didn't really expect anything. Watching him last year at Salt Lake was almost comical. He was the butt end of many jokes.
It wasn't comical. Come on.
Well, he
still made a main. He still made a main in Salt Lake.
Right, yeah. But we were almost like counting down the seconds until he was going to be ghost riding his bike across the track.
Yeah.
At some point, So to see him running inside the top 10 is a huge move. But then for Cade, I think to be consistently qualifying in this class right now is no joke, and it's a tribute to the hard work he's done, and you can really see that dedication and that hard work playing out on Saturday nights and I guess Tuesday nights as well. So for myself, I was pretty skeptical about him getting in consistently, and I've been proven wrong. So when I'm wrong, I will own it, and I think Cade deserves a lot of credit.
Deep sleeper, I called Cade.
Well, you were a year early.
Yeah, I was. We actually, after DV finished yelling at Rutledge Wood, he admitted on the show last week that it was a deep field.
Oh, he did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he finally had to say it. Yeah, it was a monumental moment here.
Yeah, he's been very much on the other side of that.
Right. Yeah, he actually said that. So,
and actually, Denny Stevenson was railing against that this weekend as well.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Debo. Our guy Debo. He's tough to please.
Where was he? I never heard the gist.
What do you mean?
Denny Stevenson, where was he when he disappeared?
Oh, I don't even know. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Do you, JT?
No, I don't think anybody knows.
I don't know. I don't think it was anywhere good.
Oh.
Right.
Fly
Racing, flyracing.com. Please check them out if you're in the market. JT never named a guy. He just broke down AP. Like, he never actually said one person.
Yeah.
No, I honestly, I don't think.
That's a solid podium, though.
Well,
all 3 of us.
I would hate to discourage any of those guys because I think they've all killed it. Like, how do you even? It would just be like,
where's the waffle?
JT, I'm fueled by how much you think I suck, so you just got to keep shitting on me.
Honestly, okay, I'll go with the most unlikely. How about that? And for the most unlikely improvement, like the level, I would say Cody Schock.
Okay.
His ride at Daytona, I was like, oh my God, who is that?
Right.
That was so cool. Yeah. Did you guys see his wheelie video through the whoops?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so sick.
Yeah.
Yep.
So please check out Fly Racing for all the things going on there. 2 weeks. Kinetic Mesh could be out, we hope. For those guys, you'll see the riders wearing it. And, of course, Maxima USA, of course, the Pro Circuit Cowie team with McAdoo, and also Tomac and AC, and all of the gang, Faulkner and the gang, all using Maxima USA, whether it's 927 two-stroke stuff. It's the #1 selling performance two-stroke oil in most markets around the world. Whether it's the 4-stroke engine oil with the new Peak system in it, please check them out, MaximaUSA.com. Pulp20 is the code to save with Maxima USA. I love the SC1. It's fantastic. Chain lube, great. MPPL, great. So thanks to the folks at Maxima USA. Great stuff as well. Great grease, too. Can't overlook the grease. I've been using it to do the Project 500 bike. So thanks to Maxima USA. We do have the X.
Are you not done with that thing yet?
There's a lot of pieces in the garage.
It's I've really been taking my time. I've been slacking. I have big plans for this weekend.
I will say those forks look good.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but also I've had a lot of issues with it. I've had some issues going on, and things have been in and out. Lots of ins and outs to this thing. So
I'm gonna get a 1992 Peak Pro Circuit CR125 with the number one plates, the black number one plates that McGrath had.
Yep.
I'm going to have a replica built. Max Steffens of Fly Racing fame is going to build it for me. I'm very excited.
Oh, okay. Good to hear. Actually, let's go to Andy. Andy, you want to talk about the nets? Because I'll talk for an hour on the nets, Andy.
Yeah, it's Alex.
Oh, Alex, sorry. Yep.
I was going to see if you can get Lucas Myrtle on the phone and talk about your net worth.
I know, right? Absolutely.
Anything Hunter Lawrence wins after this is thanks to you.
Look, I wasn't at the race, so they showed him. I heard the crowd go, "Oh!" and then Hunter disappeared. The most amazing thing is, the net saved his life, and I am to be, paid off for that, and I need to get all the gratitude that I deserve. The most amazing thing is somehow he got off of the net, grabbed his bike, and still got fifth. Like, that to me was like, what? In the main event? Like, how do you get fifth from going into a net?
He's lucky his bike didn't get stuck like Carnell's did. When he was,
totally. So
honestly, he's lucky that the net was there. He would have been, if not injured, I mean, it's for sure a DNF.
There have been multiple times when I've had to jump something into a berm that the net is behind, and it's like, if I OJ it, just stay on my motorcycle and commit to hitting the net.
Yeah, like bag it. Just grab onto it.
Just grab it.
Right.
I have thought about this.
And when Carnell was going over, we still don't even know what Carnell was thinking in that situation, but when he was leading and he sent it into there, like, that bike would have hit AP.
Oh, there was a bunch of us standing there.
Right.
We would have been done.
Right.
Steve, have you ever seen the video of the guy in Miami in the late 80s that
missed the net?
Yes. Bounced off the net.
He was a stunt rider. I don't forget his name now, but yes, yeah. Yep.
The Butler brothers were in attendance and watched this.
Oh, they were? Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Watched this man fall to his death.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, Alex, I just want a little credit. JT and Weege don't think that they can pull Carmichael aside, and get it done. I would like some public credit for this from somebody.
You get lots of public credit.
Yeah, but from somebody important.
They did give it a name on the broadcast. I just can't remember it off the top of my head.
Yeah, it was the A-Star net or something. I don't know. How about we get more of them? Like, seriously, what's stopping them? How much are those things? Couple grand? God, you see corners every time that you're like, that could use a net. That could use a net.
Yeah.
What's stopping them? How expensive can they be?
Yeah, but there's not, like, this weekend there weren't really that many necessary.
But some weekends there are.
Yeah.
Well, there's two. We have two nets. Could be more. Thanks, Andy.
I don't think it's a
Alex.
cost of
Alex,
building
thank
them.
you.
I know that you've been there, but the Feld facilities, they can build anything. I mean, literally anything that you can dream up, they can build.
More nets.
I've always wondered why Feld, like, they have their monster truck test track there.
Mm-hmm.
Why they don't build a test track and have the Florida guys come and do shoots and test things there, I've always thought that like, you could hire a privateer to come out and, like, test different obstacles and different cool shit that they could build us, They've got the monster truck thing. Why not just have a little Supercross sections?
I don't know what they would feel the upside of that is for them.
I mean, cooler things.
I know. I understand. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, I know. Yeah.
He likes to do that. Trust me.
It's okay.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. It's time for the X-Brand Goggle Tear-Off segment. Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's the X-Brand Tear-Off segment. 15-second rapid-fire Q&A.
Rapid fire. Hey, you know who uses X-Brand goggles?
Angry.
Not me.
Chiz. Chiz uses X-Brand goggles.
Not Baby Chiz.
Yeah, but the Chiz. X-Brand. Fast Freddy Norn. X-Brand. Josh Strang. X-Brand.
I have a question.
Yep.
Did I used to chiz?
Fuck. I can't know. I don't know because, yeah, I feel like you did. Like, it also goes on qualifying times, right? So that kind of stuff as well. Yeah. Most weekends, I don't know. Like,
am I like Granddaddy Chiz?
Don't you feel like you qualified inside the top 20 all the time?
I feel like Nick Way is Granddaddy Chiz.
No, Nick was faster.
He was too good.
He was too good.
He was too good for that. You can't be on the podium multiple times and do Chiz.
Yeah, I feel like, JT, you qualified pretty decent. I
don't know. When Chiz was at his best, he was qualifying really well, too.
Yeah, true. X-Brand goggles.
When I watched Chiz, Chiz was better than I was. Okay, I'll go with that. But our racing tactics are very similar. There's nothing exciting about it.
Right.
There's no one's getting out of their seat.
Yeah.
But we just find a way into the main event every single time.
Yeah, peak Chiz is better than peak JT.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Chiz was legit when he turned pro in 2000.
I mean, he's number 11.
Yeah, 2002, 99, whenever he turned pro.
I would have been number 13, 14, 15, like multiple years, but our system sucks.
So thanks to X-Brand Goggles, of course. Choice of champions everywhere. The new Lucid goggle is out, and it is amazing. And so please check that out. And go through the folks at Motorsport for a deal on X-Brand goggles right now. EKS20 is the code to save with X-Brand. Save on the Lucid goggles, save on the other one. Whatever it is, X-Brand goggles will have you working well, seeing clearly. It's the choice of champions everywhere. These questions are submitted by Corey Moser. Are you familiar with him?
No.
No. All right.
I've seen some grilling stuff, like barbecue stuff on YouTube with him, but that's about as close as I've gotten.
All right.
I have a Chris Moser in my phone.
Not different guy.
Different guy.
Yeah. All right, Marks, let's do this. 30 seconds.
Steve, if this was the best track of the season, dirt obviously isn't the issue, so who can improve the track designs?
Well, they can. Dirtworks can. How about letting the riders do it again? How about that?
They have the ability. That's the whole thing. Like, it's not like it's magic. They know what to do.
Let's let Chad Reed just design one so he'll shut up.
Right? Yeah. Chad will design the best track.
You know what the funny thing is, though? When the riders got to do it, he did Indy 2008, and he didn't even do it. Larry Brooks did it.
All right, next question.
Cade, besides A-Ray, who's a rider you owe one to, and who's a rider that owes you one?
Lots of guys owe me one. Jeez, I like to run into people. I'm not very friendly. Carnell owes me one because I screwed his fast lap this weekend. Man, I still owe Gardner one. So that's a fair square right there.
And you're going to go like a year later, you're going to get him back?
It's going to have to be now.
2022, Carlin Gardner. He's coming for you. All right.
JT,
26 seconds. Good job.
Is Cade faster now than he's ever been? And if not, when was he the fastest?
Yeah, I think absolutely. Ideally, you continue to improve your skills and then you'll reach a breaking point where it's downhill from there. But yeah, this is the best Cade I've seen.
Nah. 11 seconds.
No?
Nah. Cade was better.
No way.
80.
What?
I'm closer to the factory times now than I was back then.
Nah, you were better then.
No, I wasn't.
Eye test, bro.
When?
Yeah, no. Back.
The
last year before when he was jumping the pole and all that, when he was cutting the corner.
Jumping the pole.
Yeah.
JT doesn't remember my awesome last corner pass.
No, that was great.
Where was that?
San Diego?
San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego.
There was no pole, and that's why it was okay.
Yeah, Cade was faster.
You are better now than you were then. Like, you are moving up and catching, like, Brandon Hartraft, who was a podium guy last year. Like, I fully disagree.
All right, next question.
Steve, what is your proudest contribution to Supercross?
The nets. I mean, nobody will give me credit. Just looking for a little credit.
Time?
Little public credit. 4 seconds.
Cade, how many bikes do you think A-Ray has broken this year?
4 to 5. I know 4 for sure.
JT, we diagnosed A-Ray's problem right before you came on. He goes
15,000 RPM.
He goes through clutches. He overheats his bike, and he goes through rear brakes. So he's doing all those things at once.
I put my second clutch in this weekend.
Yeah.
My second clutch.
Of the year.
Yes. And this was round 12.
Right. Yep. He is on the brake, on the clutch, and on the gas.
Yep. He's like, you ever been to like a crappy go-kart place where they let you just hold both down wide, like hold the gas wide open, and then you can brake while that's what he does.
Right. All right.
JT, do you think Webb carries this momentum and dominance outdoors?
That's a great question, actually. I will say dominance, no. I think he will be in the mix to win, but I don't think I'll go on the record and say he is not your outdoor champion.
16 seconds. All right.
No waffling there. I gave you a hard answer.
Yeah. That's very surprising.
Very good.
Yep.
Steve, how many riders do you think have gotten COVID this Supercross season?
Well, A-Ray got it. We know that. Was there another guy?
Yeah, but I mean, we're just not going to bring it up. Remember, we had this conversation earlier.
Oh, but I mean, like officially.
Officially, no.
Yeah. A-Ray, of course. If there's anybody, it was going to be A-Ray.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing that no one's tested positive. I gotta say, like rider-wise, like big rider, like big-time guys,
or anybody.
Yep. Every time I take my test, I'm like, I'm gonna test positive.
How has Greco not tested positive? That dude's in the bar every night when he's at the races.
I'm not in the bar every night, but I still am just waiting to
It's
test
very
positive.
Stressful. Like when you show up on Friday and you're like, the next 2 races are riding on me.
Right.
Testing negative in the next 10 minutes.
Right.
It's very stressful.
I don't have that worry at all. I'm just more worried about being stuck in a hotel for 2 weeks or whatever they make you do.
Right.
All right. Cade, what are you so obsessed with? Why? See, I'm going to read it how it's written. What are you so obsessed with what JT thinks about you? Abs, who's the last media guy to write something that pissed you off? I think that's supposed to be and who's the
no, I like JT's opinion. I think he's smart and has a good opinion, so that's why I disagree. I think highly of what he says. So when he says I suck, I feel like Coop and it kind of fuels the fire. I got mad at Davey right after I got suspended because he wrote some stuff in a magazine about me getting suspended that I did not find factual.
That I did not find factual.
And it was not factual, and it is what it is. But
did you talk to him about it?
No.
Okay.
And but it is what it is.
Okay, just for it's definitely not personal, right? Like
I get it. Totally.
You have to, and honestly, I will go the opposite way if you deserve it. You deserve it. Like you're riding really, really well. So it's really hard, and Steve can attest to this. Like no matter what you say, if it's anything but that guy's awesome, you're gonna take heat for it. Like there's no other way around it. So
well, I mean, there's plenty of people that say, "Oh, you're doing awesome," and that doesn't really help encourage me to get better. I give my dad crap, but every week he calls me. He's like, "Great job," and I could have gotten last in the LCQ, and I'm just like furiated, and he's just telling me how good I did, and it's like sometimes I just want to beat my head against the wall. And like Julian, he goes, I'm all mad after practice one day, and he's like trying to talk to me, and I'm just pissed off sitting in the rig. And he's like, fine, you know what? Sit up here and be miserable and alone. And I did.
That's what I wanted to be. Honestly, when I was riding like shit, I wanted to be up there alone. Leave me alone. Give me a few minutes. I'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. That's it?
Well, we got one more.
Okay.
JT, where is Tomac's balls out sped? And do you think he will find it again, or is this the beginning of the end? Do you think he writes company emails like this?
Yeah, I think he does. I think he does.
Incredible.
You know what? I'm a little curious to see where this goes for Tomac, because there has been some sort of change that went on ever since we left Salt Lake City last June. So I don't know if it's the relief of a title finally, or if it's the birth of his first child, but he's still great. But it is not the same Eli Tomac as we left Salt Lake with. So I don't know. I'm more curious and have more questions than answers at this point.
I wrote this. I think this outdoor season's big for Tomac on which way he's going.
Yep.
And if he's just happy to win once in a while and be in the mix, great. Like that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Incredible. But he has not been dominant. Like
he's not the same guy.
No,
he's not the same guy. There's like a 0.5% or a 1% lesser Eli Tomac than we're seeing now.
I think everyone else is a little bit better too, though. I don't think you can totally attest.
Everyone else is better.
Well, I mean, Coop and Kenny. I think they both stepped up.
Dude,
there's no way.
Why was Tomac tired at some of the races this year? I've never in my life ever seen Eli Tomac tired.
What?
And I think you'll agree, Steve. He was freaking tired at Orlando.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've said this a few times. It's
but
amazing.
There's so many times where like Tomac is like charging through the pack, and if there's one moment of adversity, it's like it all just unravels.
But I think that's mental, though. Like I literally saw for the first time in my life a physically tired, not where he's just falling apart, but he didn't want anything to do with moving forward at Orlando, and I've never seen that. And it was physical. Like I could see his body just kind of dragging. And I've never seen that. Not in 10 years of watching Tomac race professionally have I ever seen that. So I don't know what to make of that. I mean, if he did take some time off and maybe his effort level was a little lower this year, that's fine. He's earned that. But it is noticeable, I think. I see it and have seen it multiple times this season for the first time ever.
Let's get this phone call here. John for JT. John, go ahead. Jason Thomas is on the line.
Is this John Tomac already? He's already called in.
Yeah, it's John Tomac, right. Go ahead, John.
Hey, guys. I got a question where do y'all think that Webb and Auden Baker have figured out how to way to get or to train to where they peak where Webb peaks mid-season?
What do you think, JT?
Well, that's always been a big part of Alden's program is not peaking too early and making sure that, you're rested. And they do a lot of blood testing and lactic acid testing to make sure that those things are going to happen. So do I think they figured out a way to do it? No, because I think that's been a big part of Alden's program for a long time, going back to, Ricky, when Ricky first started with him. But I do think it's effective, and I think you see that play out year in and year out with Alden's guys.
From what I hear from people who have left there, and, they have maybe access to grind or they have grudges or whatever it is, some of them. From what I hear, there's no backing off, and that's an issue. Alden grinds these guys. There's no, hey, we're going to peak here. Hey, we're going to do less and then more. Like it is 100% in November to September. And the guys that have left there are like, dude, if you're not feeling it one day, like he doesn't care. Like you're doing the whole bike ride.
Yeah, but I think the other side of that would be he's looking at the science behind it.
Yeah.
And saying, okay, well you don't feel it. You don't feel great today, but your body scientifically is telling me you're fine. So we're gonna fight through this mentally, and until your body tells me that you need to rest, tough shit.
But I'm just
push harder,
right? And I'm just saying for John, like there's no, it's balls out every time all week.
But that's his job. Well, his job is to push those dudes.
Yeah.
If I was paying somebody $150,000 a year, I'd expect him to be on my ass 22 hours a day.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Then I would say I guess Webb has just got the mental strength through that.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, if you look over history and you basically accept the fact, and you have the talent, right? That's a big part of it. You have to have the talent and the bike and the program and all that. But if you have all those prerequisites and you just look at it and say, okay, I'm going to do whatever this guy tells me, and whether you're Zach Osborne last summer or in his 250 championships, or if you're Cooper Webb, or if you're Ricky Carmichael, or if you're Ryan Villopoto, if you're Ryan Dungey, or you just go down the list. If you have all of the necessary ingredients, which those guys do, and you're willing to do what that guy tells you, things typically work out.
Yeah, you're ready. You're good. Yep. So, all right, thanks for the call, John. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Bass.
All right, before we go to the commercial, Darren, you want to talk about the Rutledge interview?
Hey, Steve. Good evening. Yeah, I wanted to give you some feedback, and hopefully it'll have some benefit for you. My wife and I were listening to the show last Wednesday, and, of course, we always listen to your show. Love it. It's very exciting. I felt like Rutledge kind of got on a stream of consciousness there, and he just kept going on and on and on and on and on. Some of it was interesting. Some of it was very useful for us, and it got away from you a little bit. I kind of
it got away from me. Oh, yeah, I did. It did.
Yeah, and it got away from DV for sure.
Oh, yeah, and it got away from everybody.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and I appreciate that. And so, like tonight's show so far, it's been so good back and forth with all of your guests and the guys calling in and whatnot. And that's the way that we're used to seeing your show, and I love it when you guys run it that way. So I hope in the future you can reflect back, and it was a bummer for Rutledge, bummer for DV, bummer for us all. And even in the industry, there was a whole lot of fallout from that. You're such a heavy hitter in the industry. I hope you really recognize that. I think that's a wonderful thing.
Do you want me to just start yelling at Steve and just freak out so he loses his mind and we can really ramp this up?
Yeah, I mean, I can do it. Listen.
Don't poke the bear.
I didn't know that DV felt that way, and then I felt like both guys just weren't letting the other guy speak, right? And then I think I came in a couple times and I tried to defuse it, like talk about the floor is lava, and then that didn't really work.
So wait, I'm confused. Are you saying you enjoyed that aggressive debate?
This is for Darren, right?
Yeah.
Online.
And are you saying you enjoyed that aggressive debate, or you enjoyed or you enjoy more like tonight where everyone's kind of getting their turn to voice their opinion consciously?
Yeah, I did not enjoy that aggressive debate. It was terrible. It was terrible, terrible, terrible.
You know, I love a good hostile takeover every once in a while.
I don't know, Darren. I lost control. I did. I was like, Jerry Springer when they start throwing the chairs and then the bald guy's got to step in.
Steve, we were feeling for you so much here in my house, and we were wondering how long it was going to go on that way, and we just felt bad for you.
I felt bad for Rutledge because imagine that. He doesn't know this guy. He doesn't know me. He's never met me. I send him an email and say, hey, I'm Steve Mathis. I have this internet radio show and love you to come on and talk about, your gig and your stuff you do at Netflix and the stuff with NASCAR. And he's like, yeah, sure. And then he comes on, and then this French guy just starts yelling at him and says, I go to the bathroom when you come on. and then the guy says, I've never heard of you. Rutledge is like, I've never heard of you. And that gets the DV even madder. And fuck. Yeah, Darren. So, right.
That was rough for sure. I can appreciate the spot that you were in, and I can appreciate these two guys.
Yeah, honestly, I wanted
having a clash.
Yeah, I wanted to stop it earlier. Marks wouldn't let me. Marks wanted to keep it going. So I couldn't
Absolutely,
I couldn't do anything.
Rain Marks in there a little bit.
Thanks, Darren. Thanks for the call, man. Thank you for listening.
All right, Steve. Thanks a million, buddy. Bye-bye.
Fly Racing, flyracing.com. Thanks, JT. Appreciate the time. Enjoy your 2 weeks off, and we're off next week, but then we're going to do a show the week after that. So, thanks.
All right, guys.
All right.
Great job this year, kid.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
See ya.
Jason Thomas, making peace with Cade Clason before he goes.
I enjoyed the beef him and I had. It was good. I'm just gonna hope that he keeps shitting on me on the fantasy pod, and then I can just keep using that to.
I always say this. I'm not want to make this sound like I'm talking shit on JT because I just hung up with him. I would have said this on the line. He's got his look. I really feel like Adam Cianciarillo, Zach Osborne are my guys. I talk to them a lot.
But you're not afraid to shit on him.
I am not afraid to shit on him. with
in a non-literal term.
Wow.
Right. JT. It plays the sides. He's got his guys, and he's got his guys that he doesn't like. Not you. I'm not putting you in this conversation. And he's very,
I was on that side.
Yeah, and I just feel like I just call it like I see it. And he's got fly stuff, and he wants to protect that end of things, and he wants to do the VIP stuff, and he's got Feld guys, and he wants to make them happy. And MXGP, he does stuff with MXGP TV, so he's got to watch that. I don't care about any of that. I'm DGAF. I just call it like I see it. I'm not always right. Obviously, I've made plenty of mistakes. I feel like once you're here or here with JT on either side, that's it. You know what I mean? And then he just works that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anyways, let's go to commercial break here. Cade Clason, brought to you by Decal Works. Look at themotorsport.com guys. Fly Racing. Nick Way's coming up. Cooper Webb's coming up. Jeff Ward's coming up. Race Tech Rant's coming up. Motorsport.com Tweet at Talent's coming up. We got a lot of things coming up. So stick around. We'll be right back after this. Everyone love everybody.
He's just in my ass.
Those who love motocross know Motorsport.com has the knowledge and expertise to make your next ride your best ride. Motorsport.com has a broad selection of in-stock parts and gear at competitive prices. We specialize in bringing you OEM and aftermarket parts, riding gear, and accessories for dirt bikes, motorcycles, ATVs, and UTVs. All thanks to the most dedicated and experienced team of gearheads in the industry who use the very parts we sell on Motorsport.com. Motorsport.com always offers fast shipping and free delivery on orders more than $79 to ensure you never miss a ride. Whether you race on the track, ride the trails, or commute on the street, shop Motorsport.com today for the best customer service and experience when buying the parts and gear you need to stay on 2 and 4 wheels. Make your next ride your best ride, only at Motorsport.com.
Steve.
Kiefer.
Do you want to hear about one of the best rides I've ever had?
Dude, it's not time for After Dark yet.
Chill down, dude. I just want to talk about Race Tech stuff.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Gosh, man. Basically, I've had the chance to do some stuff with Race Tech recently with the CRF 250R and, of course, the KX 250. And as you know, I've talked about on the show, I wasn't a real hardcore fan of Race Tech stuff back in the day. But since Rob and Andrew and those guys have assembled at Race Tech, the stuff has been great. So for you guys out there listening, you guys are looking to get your engine work done or even some suspension work, or as Steven says on the show sometimes, get your seals and your oil rebuilt in your fork and shock. Get it rebuilt. It helps. 15 to 20 hours. Head over to racetech.com. Check out. They even got a cool little simulator. You can look at what size spring rate you might need for your bike. So a lot of cool features over there on the website. But and as you know, Yamaha Blue Crew guy over here, you guys have some of that on your bike.
It's fantastic. Zombie Blows uses it. Jerry Robin uses it. Starling, all of those guys over there. Malcolm Stewart won a Supercross with Racetech stuff a few years ago. Pulp19 is the code to save. Mention PulpMX when you call. You can save on the service. You can save on motor work. You can save on springs if you just want to do that and get it put in yourself or do it yourself. Racetech is the one-stop shopping for motor and suspension work. You can also mention the code HOMELIFE2020.
That's better. That's a better code, I think.
We'll do either one. Just listen, people. Give your bike some love. Get your suspension modified service. Get your motor modified serviced with the folks at Racetech.
Good people.
Want a chain and sprocket kit but aren't sure what you need? Then call Vortex EK at 800-440-3559 and get hooked up with the right sprocket and chain kit for your bike. With more than 30,000 possible gearing combinations, Vortex EK has more gearing than your garage has room for. It's a ridiculous amount of gearing for nearly any bike. Join the ranks of Star Racing Yamaha and Supercross champion Dylan Ferrandis and run a Vortex sprocket. Available in red, blue, black, orange, silver, and Kawasaki green.
Yes, green.
Call a doctor because things just got sick.
Warning, may cause extraordinary power, excessive performance, and speed so fast your eyes will bleed.
Call Vortex EK at 800-440-3559 and mention promo code PulpMX2021 and get the best deal on your next order.
Maxima Racing Oils was created for world-class racers who challenge the limits of possibility. Their demands on equipment drive us to look beyond conventional ideas and to exceed industry standards. It's in our DNA to identify problems, formulate solutions, and execute at the highest levels of competition. Case in point, the championship-winning factory Kawasaki race team, longtime Maxima partners who extensively use Maxima throughout the bike. Maxima's USA-made products exceed JSO requirements and can be used in all motorcycle brands: Kawasaki, Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, KTM, Husqvarna, and more. Maxima Racing Oils. Experience the difference. Visit MaximaUSA.com for more information.
Hey Pulp Nation, Andy from Guts Racing. We are the leaders in seat technology. We feel like for any need that you have with your seat, we've got you covered. For 2021, we're going to be adding more colors to our product line, and we're going to be adding more merchandise to our product line. Also new for 2021, we've expanded our distribution through motorsportoutlet.com. So please support the people that support Pulp. Support Guts Racing and also support motorsport.com. Hope to see you guys at the track soon. Once again, this is Andy Gregg from Guts Racing. Thanks again to Pulp Nation for all the support.
FMF Racing is proud to celebrate over 45 years of fun, building every FMF exhaust right here in the USA. Owner and founder Don Emler may have started FMF Racing in his garage 45 years ago, but Don is still hands-on in our 100,000 square foot state-of-the-art manufacturing facility in Southern California. FMF's goal? Design and manufacture the world's best performance exhausts 100% in the USA under one roof. FMF is a proud sponsor of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship for over 25 years.
Hi, it's Tomac superfan Dylan here. The only thing I love more than seeing Eli win is Michelin motorcycle tires. And Michelin is introducing many exciting new tires for 2020. For V-twin riders, the Michelin Commander 3 Cruiser and the Michelin Commander 3 Touring tires offer improved wet grip and enhanced tread life. For sport bike and track day riders, the Michelin Power 5 tire and the Michelin Power GP tires feature the same architecture and profile for effortless sport bike setup from street to track. If you'd like to have the same tire that won the 2019 Red Bull Ayersburg Rodeo, the Michelin Enduro Extreme tire is the tire for you. And the Michelin Starcross 5 tire range is now available for young motocross and off-road riders in sizes for 50cc bikes and up. To learn more about these and all other Michelin two-wheel products, check out www.motorcycle.michelinman.com. Visit your local dealer or online retailer and follow at Michelin Motorcycle on Instagram and Facebook.
Hey guys, it's Mathis. Look, if you're still not wearing a neck brace in 2020, it's time to go get one or at least think seriously about it. It's been over 15 years since the neck braces first came out. They're not the clunky, oversized devices they used to be. Atlas came in and changed the way all neck braces were designed by introducing flexible technology to the world and proving that neck braces can be something you can actually ride in while performing at the highest level. Look at Jason Anderson winning Supercross championships, or look at Martin Davalos or anybody else. Don't take my word for it just because I have 2 Manitoba championships to my name. Wait, I have 4. Just look at how many other brace designs look like the Atlas one. Atlas pioneered all the modern neck brace features and have been refining them ever since then, while the competition has been trying to catch up. Grab the brace that's been leading the pack. Check out atlasbrace.com. Get yours today. There is a pulp discount if you check out sponsordeals.com on pulpmxshow.com. So be like Chase Sexton, Martin Davalos, and many other guys and wear the Atlas brace. atlasbrace.com.
For over 30 years, DecalWorks has led the industry in quality and customer service by offering the best custom motocross graphics, plastics, seat covers, and rider ID products. DecalWorks is officially licensed with Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Suzuki, KTM, Husqvarna, and GasGas. Their expert staff will go above and beyond to make sure your questions are answered. DecalWorks is a proud sponsor of Red Bull KTM Factory Racing and the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Off-Road Team. Visit decalmx.com and be sure to use promo code PULPMX at checkout. Quality, service, and knowledge is what makes DecalWorks stand out. DecalWorks, #1 for many reasons.
Our guys at Works Connection have always been there for the Pulp MX show, and they're there for you as well. They're just as passionate as dedicated to the sport as you are. For over 30 years, Works Connection has been designing and producing innovative products like the Pro Launch Start Device, the 123 Easy Build Elite Perch, Elite Axle Blocks, and much, much more. You'll find Works Connection products on AMA Pro Riders bikes under the canopies of Team Honda, HRC, Star Racing, Smart Top Honda, as well as top teams and privateers alike. The best part of this deal is PulpMX20 code saves you money at WorksConnection.com. Stop by your local outlet and check out the new lineup of Works Connection products for 2021. I've got the Perch on my bike. I've got the engine plugs. I absolutely love it. Great product. I've got the Start Device as well, which helped me in one moto at the World Vet Championships, and one moto not so much. WorksConnection.com. PulpMX20 is the code to save. Please check them out. All new 2021 products now available. Thanks for listening.
Over 65 years ago, Vertex Pistons was born out of a small technical workshop in northern Italy's famous Motor Valley. Expanding and maturing among the racing legends of Ferrari, Lamborghini, MV Agusta, and Ducati. Today, Vertex Pistons are the pistons of choice for motorcycle riders and teams throughout the world. Because of their renowned reputation for exceptional quality, Vertex Pistons is a factory piston supplier to KTM, Husqvarna, Beta, GasGas, and TM. From the Motocross, Supercross, MXGP, GNCC, National, and World Enduro Series, you can find Vertex Pistons winning championships. Vertex Pistons strives to provide you with world-class factory technology at a very competitive price. No matter which brand of bike you ride, when it's time to rebuild your top end, Vertex Pistons will have your engine performing better than new. To see our full range of 2-stroke and 4-stroke pistons in replica, high compression, or GP-style configurations, visit us at vertexpistons.com or stop into your local dealer and ask for a Vertex piston kit today.
Welcome back, everybody. Pulp MX Show presented by Decal Works and Motorsport.com. Fly Racing. Cade Clayson in studio, Privateer Hero. Cade, I want you to know that you gave me some of your merch last race I saw you at, and I wore the short shirt all day yesterday and was thinking at some point, like, hey, maybe I should take this off and wear it for the show tomorrow night when Cade is here. And then the Augie Doggy jumped on me at one point, and then that was it for the shirt. So I plan to wear your shirt tonight, in kind of like in honor of you being here, but it didn't quite work out.
It's okay.
But how's it going with the merch?
Good. I think it's doing really well. I think the guy who helped me do it is pretty stoked on it. So, yeah, I'm happy. I think we're going to do some hats pretty soon. And, I think...
Where do people go to go buy some?
The link's in my bio. I think it's privateerrideco.com/Cade Clayson.
Okay.
I don't even remember the URL. I'll just throw it in the bio, and it's easy.
All right. Fair enough.
Or Privateer, PRVTR rideshop.com. It's confusing. It's in my bio. Everyone knows how
it's a good quality shirt you gave me. It's got a cool logo on it. I'm not stoked with Clayson 280 on the back of it.
No?
No.
See, that's what the guy who helped me, he wanted to do one-sided stuff, like just the front. And I don't know. I just didn't really love the single-sided stuff, so we did half and half. Some of it's single-sided, some of it's
not.
Listen,
I love the front. It's cool. It's a cool design. It looks good. And the shirt was a high-quality shirt. So, yeah. Thanks for all that. Also, I want to thank the folks at Michelin, whether it's the E-Wild mountain bike tires that you had on your bike today.
I don't know.
Or the V-Twin Rider, the Commander 3 Cruiser. For the sport bike guys, they got the Michelin Power 5 tire. They got the Michelin Enduro Extreme tire as well. They also help out and support the GNCC series. The Michelin guys do this year. So they are the official tire of GNCC, and they have support, and they have a contingency program and everything. So if you race GNCC, please go over to the Michelin rig and tell them you know Randy. Tell them Randy said you got a free tire. And
they probably won't give it to you.
They won't give it to you, but just, anyways.
It's always worth a shot.
Just get Randy in trouble back at the office. And so motorcycle.michelinman.com for more information. Go to @Michelin Motorcycle on Instagram and Facebook as well. The Starcross 5, of course, work great off-road tires. So I just saw on Twitter the other day, somebody asked me for that. So thank you to Michelin for coming on board the show. And again, if you have a small bike, a big bike, an off-road bike, an on-road bike, a pedal bike, Michelin makes a tire for it. So thank you to Michelin for coming on board. MotorcycleIndustryJobs.com, Job of the Week. Blue Crew. Yamaha. An ATV side-by-side product planner. Full-time job in Marietta, Georgia. I've been to their headquarters in Georgia there. Full-time job. They've got an excellent opportunity for an ATV side-by-side product planner to join the motorsports team in Marietta, Georgia. This position will provide direction for the development of color and graphics and maintain a cohesive model lineup for all ATV and side-by-side models. That sounds like a really important job.
Yeah.
Like big time.
Not something I could do.
Probably not me either. But it's a full-time job. It's in engineering, manufacturing, production, product design, product development, that kind of stuff. If you want to learn more about this job, go to motorcycleindustryjobs.com, search for the Yamaha category. Or if you want to upload your resume for free today and have somebody, check you out, or if you need somebody and you're in the industry, motorcycleindustryjobs.com. Please go there and check it out. Let's get Nick Way on the line if we can.
Can you go on there and just upload your resume and things that you've done, and people can search you?
Yes, people can find you on there. Yeah, it's really good. If you want, and like we said, look, not everybody can get started being, basically the head of Pulp MX, like Travis Marks, Well,
like a guy...
Well, actually, Swizz the head?
Yeah, I'm kind of the butt, I would say.
So I'd like to see you and Swizz, in a Russell Crowe Gladiator, fight it out for my love. And I'll go, thumbs up or thumbs down. So I'd like to see that.
Oh, Swizz can have it.
Okay. So, back to the point. Not everybody can beat Travis Marks right away and be running Pulp MX.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Well, I was wondering, because a guy dropped in my DMs.
I'm sorry, Tits.
About being a truck driver for a team.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, why don't you just upload your thing saying you want to drive a truck for...
Yeah. I don't know if people can do that for well, yeah, you can. I mean, I don't know if race teams advertise on motorcycleindustryjobs.com. But if they do, it's on there. But if you want to get started in the industry, it's a great place to go. Sure. And just what my whole point is you may not get a job right away to be the, gear guy at Fly Racing, but you can start somewhere at WPS and work your way up. That's the point I was trying to get at.
Got it.
Okay. Nick Way coming up here on the Pulp MX Show, presented by Motorsport.com, Fly Racing, and Decal Works. Of course, Cade Clayson's here to talk about Dallas 3 and all that happened there. We got the Race Tech rant coming up. Do you have one? Do we have?
I'm not ready. I haven't decided which one.
No. But are you?
I'm working.
You're loading on one.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Let's get to our next guest of the night, Dylan Ferrandis, the Star Racing guys, and Justin Cooper and James Stewart and Chad Reed. In the past, they all use Vortex Racing sprockets. Email Kyle at vortexracing.com to get a deal on a sprocket or a set of bars. The V3 bar is 29% stronger than the competition. They put years of R&D and testing into these bars. They've got the sprockets as well. Like I said, the Star Yamaha guys are running all the sprockets, all the colors. They've got oversized bars. They got the 7/8 bar and lots of things at Vortex Racing. They've been with us for a long time. So email Kyle at vortexracing.com to get a deal. Bringing you our next guest on the show. He's a friend of the show, of course. Former factory rider, former top privateer. He's done it all. It's Nick Way. What's up, buddy?
What's happening, Steve?
Cade Clayson is here with me. He's a lot better than he was, Nick.
He's definitely been riding pretty well for sure. I've been watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were debating on whose clean out was worse, you cleaning me out back in the day in New York, or A-Ray running me off the track. Which one was worse? And the hostility is still towards Nick, but we've crushed the beef.
Yeah.
Which from this weekend?
Yeah, it wasn't. Everyone's like saying how bad it was, and I'm like, man, the one Nick Way cleaned me out. It was way worse.
Yeah, you were swerving me. Yeah.
I was swerving. There was a lot of.
Look at.
But that was a bad one. I apologize.
It's okay.
Listen, it's the LCQ, man. That was for the spot.
I was 40 feet into the start straight upside down.
I love it when guys like Nick back in the day that year, or other factory guys are in the LCQ, and you can kind of see them be like, "Oh shit, like I'm not going to make this." And you guys, Nick, guys at your level, like when you need to, you can really lay it down to catch the privateer guys.
Yeah, there was too many times that I had to get in the last chance and get a little sketchy. My knee is still sore from one time I think it was 2003 at the first race.
Yeah.
And my bike blew up in the heat race in the last chance. And I don't know, one of the races it was like super tight, and then the Yamaha guys helped to get my bike back going. And it was stock for the last chance. And I had like the very last gate pick.
Oh yeah.
And then I ran into the side of Voss after the over/under, and my knee's still not the same.
Dude, it's got to be like if you're sitting on the line, and whether you're factory Suzuki, I don't know if you raced any that year, or Mach 1, or any of your teams where you're the number one guy, or one of the highly paid guys, and you're on the line for an LCQ. I mean, Dino's done 4 of them this year, I think.
Does Scuba come down and stand in the tower for the LCQ?
Yeah, they do. But you're sitting on the line, Nick, and you're just like, shit, right? Like, I mean, it's so much pressure, I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely Cade knows, you take inventory on who's in there, and then who you want to stay away from.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Appreciate it. How was Texas amateur racing? How was that?
It was a lot. I went to, I guess this is the first time I went to the underground event that Moto Playground puts on, which is the week before Freestone.
Oh, okay. I didn't know anything about that. All right.
Yeah, so it's like, I guess Regal's owned it originally, so that's where he rode and trained when he was first turned pro. And now Regal, somebody else owns it, but Regal trains a bunch of kids out of there. But the track is, I don't know, I guess Randy Poulter owned it second, which he does most of the track preps for the Nationals, and I think he built the Supercross track at Daytona, so he's a pretty good track builder. So the track layout's pretty cool. It's kind of like a facility type deal where all the jumps are like elevated and kind of taller, but the dirt itself's pretty sandy. So my little dude had showed me a bunch of YouTube videos of it. So I was like, well, it's not ideal for me to be spending this much time away from home, but we're going to Texas for one anyways, and then I'm going to go to the race Saturday with Cameron.
Right.
Plus, like the track turned out to be like super good experience for them because my little dude's, like we live in California.
Right.
So it rained and it was what was considered really muddy for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. California kids are like, oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So it was cool. And the one day I missed, because I mean, I don't know, it's to me, it's like my kid's 8 and 11, so
Right.
it's not like that big a deal. As long as they can be safe and learn something, that's all I'm cool with. Really.
Right.
I mean, obviously, I want them to do their best, but so I didn't go. I think I went to the race on Saturday with Cameron, the first Dallas one. So like all day I was at the race with Cameron, and
Mom was
Nicole handled it. But like, so Vincent's sponsored by Husqvarna now, so Nathan helps us a bunch. Nathan Ramsey, he's like the team manager, so he was like helping on the gate and whatever. And then Wyndham happened to be there too. I guess he helps some kids that ride a 60 and 80. He must have a bunch of kids at his place right now.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right. That's cool.
So he was there. And then they were like, all working on the gate, and then Vincent didn't get a very good start. And then the next day they're sweating me about my start technique. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like, basically like, don't worry about what I'm doing, idiots. And then he started 13th with their help, and then all three motors that I was there for, he hole shot, and they were Wyndham's like, yeah, I mean, F us, what do we know?
Yeah. I think it's so funny that like you, Wyndham, Nate, Timmy, you guys are just all there now at these races looking at each other going, yep, here we are.
No, dude, I was parked 15 feet from Timmy, and I said probably 5 words to him because we were both so busy washing bikes and working on them.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Literally, we parked next to each other, and I literally said, like, I don't know, 7 sentences to him.
Right. Yeah, dude, it's gnarly. You guys are deep. You guys are deep in. Does Vince need X-Brand or Fly? Do you want to ask him? You want to check it out? I
feel like you've already been grilling him.
I have been. Yeah. I want to do a sticker deal with him, but his terms were crazy. I'm
sure I jumped in there.
Vince wanted a $20 a position or something at some rate. I'm like, no, I'm not paying you that much. Like,
what does that mean?
$20 for every guy he beats.
Oh, that's aggressive.
He doesn't know what that means. He doesn't know what that means either.
I'm like, yeah, bro, that's too much. That's I'm not doing that contingency deal. That's way too much.
Especially for how many classes he probably races.
Right. So, anyways, yeah, it's crazy the stuff you're doing, and then Freestone was after that, right?
Yeah. So then I went. I went to the race with Cameron Saturday, and the boys raced Sunday, which it downpoured.
Mm-hmm.
And then practice was Monday at Freestone. So I packed all the stuff. I was obviously up late, drove back.
Yeah.
After being at the Supercross, went back, got the stuff ready early the next morning for the next day, and then they raced, and then packed all this, washed up, packed this stuff up, went to Freestone, did the same, signed them up, whatever, and then practice was again Monday.
God.
Which I signed Vincent up for 4 classes at this underground one and 5 at Freestone.
Okay.
So Operation Toughen Up is a go.
Just bikes everywhere. Stock bike, mod bikes, limited bikes, just everything. Yeah.
Stock bike, mod bikes. He rode a 60.
All of your favorite guys, Steve, are just turning into amateur dads, and now you have to be a fan of amateur racing.
No, Timmy's like, hey, man, all the amateur people hate you. I'm like, okay, all right, it's cool. That's what Timmy told me. I'm like, all right. Oh,
except Hymus's dad.
Yeah. Hymus is cool. Mumford was cool when he was amateur. So yeah, I'm working on him.
Hi, Des guys.
Right. Yeah. So did you go to Tuesday's race?
Well, I went Tuesday, but not until the night show.
No, not for the night show. Okay. God, dude. Yeah, you put some miles on. You put some hours in. Jesus.
So like Donovan raced at like 4:45.
Okay.
Like it was like pretty late in the evening.
Yep.
And then I had like pretty much everything ready for the next morning before I left, and then drove up, and then I got there just before the heat race, I guess.
Oh, jeez. Is Donovan getting into it? Is he getting more into it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He's a little bit of a problem. Because he's usually like. He's that guy that'll just like chasing butterflies out there, but
right.
His older brother's always giving him a hard time. So then now he's like half reckless because he's not really ready to be going as fast as he thinks he wants to. And then Nicole told him to give him $100 if he hole shot, and then like Freestone's first corner is a little bit dicey.
Yeah.
And he got closed off, didn't let off, went straight.
Oh no way.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, dude! What a night!
I'm like, please no.
Right. I heard Levi Kitchen was a big star there. Really impressive. I don't know. That's what I heard, Nick. I mean, I don't really know, but
yeah, I mean, he rode well.
Okay. All right.
Don't sound so thrilled on him, but I heard Hymas was good too, though.
Yeah, Hymas. All those guys are pretty good, but Hymas doesn't start great. The Kitchen kid starts well, but then even if Kitchen didn't hole shot, he would get to the lead quickly. But some of the times, like in the morning, they would ride it. I think they ride it like 10-1. But at 10, it was like pretty flat for A class still.
Right.
And so he could still make a gap even when the track was flat, which was kind of impressive because, obviously there's not a lot of separation there.
Right. Do you have any desire for yourself to race any of these event classes and get in there? Any desire?
I really would like to ride more. I got a new bike. It's been like a month since I've ridden at all.
Okay.
So this week I'm going to definitely ride at least once this week.
Oh, you're back. Coming back.
Well, I'm gonna ride. I'm not racing.
Right. But do you want to race? I mean, could you go to Loretta's? Do you see this happening for yourself?
Well, I have to ride 25 plus now because like 40 plus is Sportsman or something.
I heard all about it. There's a co-host of mine that's very upset. He's not going to get to run the number 1 plate.
Yeah.
Very angry. So.
Isn't there a 25 plus A and a 25 plus?
I don't know. I think there's just 25 plus.
Don't ask me. Yeah, I'm out. But
I think Alessi's racing this year.
I know Kiefer was kicked out. I know that because he got 1 point in one main event.
A main event.
Yeah, if you make a main if you score a national point, you're booted.
Yeah, but that at that time, if he got a Supercross point in 125, that wasn't a national point.
It still counts. Main event, whatever.
Well, you see what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, for sure.
It didn't count towards your national number.
So, I know.
He could argue it, I guess.
Maybe he should get Coombs on the line and start yelling at him.
Yeah.
But he's that one main event that was a highlight for him. When he was a kid, screwing him over 30 years later.
I remember the heat race because he was leading.
Yeah, he was. He had a big bore then. That was a big bore.
I was like, who is this dude? And then he had a Chirby's gear or something on.
Yep.
I could tell he was like some sort of test rider for KTM. And then at the time, Brock Sellers would show up to the U.S. Open or whatever with that 200.
Yep.
And then instantly my brain went, yeah, he's probably got that 200 cylinder with the 125 pipe.
No, that was different because I was at Sellers.
I know, but that's just what I thought. Right.
I was at KTM when Sellers raced that 200 at the U.S. Open. We did some work on that. So anyways, that didn't really work out too well. Nick Way on the show, brought to you by Vortex Racing. Email Kyle at vortexracing.com to save with those guys. So, hey, McAdoo, obviously you're working with him, and look, he had a steady race. I wasn't at Dallas 3, but I was watching it, and it looked like him and Cooper were pretty much the same. Cooper maybe a little quicker, but I mean, still a good race. A runner-up spot, he's second in the points, all of that stuff. You got to be stoked.
Yeah, I mean, he's been riding really well. He's obviously made a lot of improvement. I think certainly in the Tuesday race, he panicked once he crashed.
Yes.
And then, maybe I don't necessarily feel it was just to get 3 points taken away, but certainly he had, at least a point for skipping the turn and such. But I think he obviously rode really well then, and I think in his mind that he thought that if he could have made some passes, that win was his.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously getting docked, he was maybe a little embarrassed there. So I felt like this weekend maybe he was thinking a little bit too much about, not feeling great about how Tuesday went. He could have been maybe a little bit more offensive with how he was riding.
Right.
Maybe close the gap on Cooper.
Yep.
But Cooper was riding really well, for sure.
Yeah. I feel like, I just feel like, ram it and send it, and we make all these jokes about him, and, he's given us some great entertainment. He looks just solid this year. I mean, I'll ignore the fact of OJing the triple in the first untimed at Dallas 2 and then jumping onto the elevated lane because he couldn't make the turn. I'll block that out of my mind.
He did that.
Yeah, he went, what's a triple, 67 feet? 65 feet?
65, I think.
He went...
That triple was small, though.
He went 75, couldn't make the turn, and just bounced and pinned it and went right up on top of that elevated turn. It was great.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll take that out of my mind. He looks like a different guy, though, Nick. He looks calm. He looks steady. He looks like a championship guy where if he's in 7th, he just picks them off, right? He just picks them off. Their fitness is there. He just looks like a confident rider this year.
Well, I mean, he's definitely made a lot of gains, but going back to Dallas, is with it being so slippery, you have to be pretty perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was another a little struggle for him on him wanting to try hard, and he lost a tiny bit of time here and there, a little bit with lappers, a little bit with being too aggressive with the throttle in the slick conditions. And for him, I was proud of how he rode, because those conditions certainly do not favor him. So I think that I expect Atlanta to be
better.
It's going to have more grip for sure. Whether it rains or it doesn't, I feel like the track's going to have more grip, which will allow him to be a little bit more aggressive. And so, I think he's in a good spot.
What'd you make of A-Ray on Cade in the LCQ there, getting that last spot, and then A-Ray taunting Cade?
I don't really know. I don't really know the backstory.
Just the backstory of these two guys hitting each other over and over.
Well, I mean, certainly, Cade tried to cover the inside, and A-Ray went in. So I mean, it's the next to last turn. So both of them would expect that. I think there.
Yeah.
See, Nick gets it.
No, yeah.
All these softies on social media claiming it was dirty, claiming something else.
Oh, yeah. You can't do anything anymore without upsetting the people on social media, though.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. There's nothing you can do either.